Radiant team ban! Oh, Dire team ban! Radiant team ban! Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero! You better pick your hero.
Oh,
5
Dire
seconds.
team ban!
Aw, come on.
Dire team pick! You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Come on, Dire team. Pick it good.
Earth Shaker.
Uh, 10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron.
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds. Radiant team pick!
Crystal Maiden.
Whew, Radiant team banned.
Gyrocopter.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Hello?
Hello? Are we in?
Hello?
I think we're good.
Hello?
I hear you.
Look, I'm telling you, Gabe, adding caster audio as a $40 million stretch goal isn't going to go down well with the community. Alright, thank
We're
you.
good.
Right, we're live!
I think we're good.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
We got a reaction? We got a
Yeah,
reaction?
we're in.
We're
We're in.
good. Okay.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International 2018. It is the group stages. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we are getting
Good
ready
morning.
for, I'd say, there's 4 games going on, but let's be honest, this is the game
This
that
is
you want to.
definitely the best
This
one.
is the game you want to be watching. It's Liquid versus Fnatic. And as you can see, we are well into the draft, and already, as expected, it's the International 2018. It's the International, so we're going to see people picking heroes that we don't see before. We've got a gyrocopter. This hero has been in the dumpster, and Fnatic come out, they pick it second. To be fair, this isn't surprising. Fnatic picked Terrorblade, who's also arguably in the dumpster,
Sure.
and they win with it. But they've done it early. They picked a Gyro second pick, Fogged.
This is the meta-defining, opening. We've had these 4 games going on at the same time. Of course, people have been talking about Crystal Maiden for a while. Shaker's been this hero that's been creeping forward. But yeah, we get this Gyro, and oh my. These teams are not going to slow down. Brood right at the start versus IO Gyro. That is not a good
Okay.
matchup for either of these heroes at the moment.
No. Maybe when Flat Cannon was in a bit of a better place, but of course Flat Cannon has pretty much been the spell that's gone boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I mean, the hero's just going to run over these 2
Sure.
heroes in laning phase. Your AoE is very lackluster at the start with these 2 versus Brood.
You really
And I
I
mean,
mean,
Brood with CM Aura, you've got a Shaker. These 2 heroes are going to be moving around trying to enable the Brood as much
5
as possible
seconds,
too.
Morty. It'll
So
be fine.
Fnatic, they need to start with solutions already for the Brood.
There we go. So, as we sort of were sort of talking about before the day, we said there might be a chance we're going to see some teams just try and end the game in like 15 minutes. And this,
Yes.
this is Liquid
This is one of the
turning up and
chances.
saying, we got a lot of games to play, and we're going to try and run you guys over. Because Fnatic, as we know, they're normally a team that likes to sort of chill out, keep it going, keep it late. Liquid, by the looks of it, with these first 3 picks, are going to make sure that they just crush the start.
I mean, they've got GH on his shaker,
Yeah.
right? That's one of the big ones. We haven't, of course, seen him up playing it in too long because we haven't seen these teams play in like 2 months. Fnatic, of course, we saw them play at Summit, right? And it was all about the Universe Tiny, I believe, in a lot of their games. I don't know. I wouldn't be too shocked if we see that one get picked up because it can actually be a way to
definitely.
deal with the Brood. If not, maybe they can go for these other solutions. We could see maybe the Legion. That's a little bit of a weird one, but
I think, Tiny would be beautiful.
Tiny looks great.
He was absolutely rocking the Tiny back at the Summit. Obviously, a very sort of different style of tournament, but regardless, this hero is absolutely a hero that we are going to be seeing at TI.
It lets them play
let's go
really
with the game.
fast pace.
Yeah.
Like if they've got the IO Gyro, IO Tiny, IO can actually choose where he wants to make moves around. I'm pretty excited already. We've got game 1 for us of TI8, and we've got an IO already picked up with the Gyro, and his DJ probably going to be playing that IO, and we've seen ridiculous things come out from him. Of course, like that IO Morphling we saw back in, which one was that, Birmingham? One of those tournaments.
That was a
where like they throne raced. Remember the IO Morphling, NV plus DJ, the crazy
Oh
situation.
yeah, the classic one. That was back then in ESL Birmingham.
Yep.
Here we go, Pugna. So as we said, they want to end the game quickly. Bam, a Pugna is picked up, and not really a better hero to end the game quickly in terms of just damage that you can do to towers and pushing potential very early on. Very little items required. This hero, he offers it all if you want to end the game in 20 minutes.
It's one of my favorite heroes in general to pair with Earthshaker, because you're always going to be able to get this decent lane. You're just going to be able to fissure your wave back, you get a decent start as Pugna, and that's where you thrive. You get your level 2, your level 3, you start spamming your blast on the enemy carry. You can start putting a lot of pressure on, and also Crystal Maiden Aura thrown on top of that one. Yeah, it can definitely be quite lovely. And I mean, Pugna is one of those heroes that people have been talking about for a while that just keeps getting these little buffs and buffs and buffs, and just seems to be such a powerhouse.
Let's see what Fnatic want to do in response to this. Are we going to see that Tiny?
Do we get the Tiny? Do we get some outside the box? The Wraith King people are raving about, the offlane Wraith
Can
King.
you get away with the offlane Wraith King when you see this sort of draft?
I don't
It's
know.
going to end this quick.
I don't think so. They do
It's
the
the Tiny.
That's what we thought.
We knew it. We knew it.
So
the Tiny comes out.
The concern for me for Fnatic right now still would be that they don't have any way to deep push. It's like the IO Spirits. Gyrocopter is not really that hero that you want to be there for deep pushing. You want to take the fight around the Gyro with the call down around defending towers, but they don't have a way to slow down the push that's coming out.
I was
going
to say, is it too fast a pace of a game to get Arbed on something like a Tinker? Does that just get run over, or can that sort of be the deep push global hero that you're talking about?
Tinker vs Pugna though.
Okay, you're right.
A lot of the
surely,
heroes,
you can't do it against.
It just becomes pretty miserable
All
to
right,
play versus.
so we're not looking for an int hero. What are we looking for Arbed then?
I'm trying to think what I've been seeing, like the pattern of him, especially at least in the pubs.
I mean, can he just go for something like a DK, something boring, something safe?
DK Gyro Bane time.
Because they also, I mean, I guess Tiny's good for towers, but they themselves don't really have the best sort of tower hitters at the moment. Or maybe just something else to help take them.
They have to.
I mean, could they just get Arbed on his Ember Spirit and go for the Battle Fury build against the Brood? Or is that too risky again because you are going to run
That
the
takes
risk of getting
time.
run over?
I think they can just still get run over.
But the global pickup potential's nice. Getting around the map with the Ember and the IO Gyro. You have a lot of.
They've got a lot of activeness. Like that would make them being quite active as long as they don't just get dominated in the laning phase.
And I'll say they do actually still ban.
Oh,
the
it could be the
Wraith King.
Tiny mid, because the one thing I want
Sure.
Fnatic to do is
Okay,
at least have 2 ways to solve the Brood. 2 lanes that they can have a hero go against this hero.
I
so
mean,
that you don't just get
one
run
of the
over.
heroes that we have actually seen do well against a Brood, sort of to the surprise of a lot of people, I feel, in a lot
Monkey
of lanes.
King?
Monkey King.
Yeah, I thought
Monkey
that's the
King.
one you were going to say.
This is the hero that, on paper, it feels like Brood's going to run over this hero, but the reality of it, with the nurse to Brood, the fact that she hasn't got quite as insane movement speed, you do get that Jingle Mastery stacked up, and bam, you clear out the spiders with a good boundless strike, and you pretty much bully Brood out till she has to regen to get back in.
Yeah, she got so strong because she's very good against spell nukes, because the magic resistance on the spiders, but Monkey King's physical.
Yeah.
So
So I'll be interested to see if that's something that they might think about.
What about the Kunkka? Kunkka was banned. Okay, just kidding.
Okay.
Liquid did take that one out.
Banned. But as you said, Tiny could go mid. They could even put the Gyro IO mid.
Yeah, I mean, they
And
do
get it.
have. It's just about solving the brood problem at least in the start, so you don't just get run over that fast.
I mean, maybe it's Envy. He's going to pick a Terrorblade. We don't know. But so it is what you
so
said.
tiny mid. And
It is
gonna
tiny
do the
mid.
Enigma offlane.
Yeah. Okay. And then the
Spectre.
Spectre. So Liquid's sort of coming in with some late game reinforcement. But also a way to sort of, you're going to have this very sort of active Matuma man playing very aggressive. And Miracle wants to pop him to join him for a kill. Now he can. And a Miracle Spectre, I feel it's been quite a long time since we've seen a Miracle Spectre.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I haven't. I mean, of course, we haven't seen too much lately, though. But
Sure. But in terms of sort of when you've seen Liquid at tournament, when was the last time that they drafted Liquid Miracle Spectre in a program?
It's kind of interesting because like the way that they've drafted is like this Broodmother and Pugna, they're gonna apply so much pressure. That's what they're
all the
expecting.
space is going to be there for the Spectre.
All the space for Miracle to have the dream, which you could end up having this game. Spectre versus IO, not a very fun matchup. Playing the IO versus that one.
It always is hard to sort of look at the drafts when there's Fnatic in the game because it always feels like Fnatic sort of shoot themselves in the foot, but then somehow they end up looking pretty impressive in the game.
Yeah.
And there are sort of those big... There's the Universe Enigma. Like this, he can do incredible things on this. So I think a lot of people are going to come into this matchup, say, first game of TI, Liquid, look at this. It's a terrifying lineup. They have Pugna. They have Broodmother. They are looking to run Fnatic over. But it's Fnatic. They do surprising things. This looks like a 20-minute game, but you might as well add an extra 0 on there because it's Fnatic. This could be a 200-minute game as well.
It could go quite a long time. They have to be able to stall it so that the Enigma can get to the point of like the BKB and the Blink. Because if you look at Liquid's draft, they don't have a way to stop the BKB Enigma. Sure, they can get maybe a Dominator on the Brood. I don't know if Matu does that build. Get the Troll Creep. I think 33 is one of the bigger players that does the Dominator.
Whenever I think of Matsuma Man Broodmother, I just remember the game where he rushed
Butterfly. I knew you were going to say that.
That's the Matu build. Just straight Butterfly. Oh, and the predictions are in. Let's go.
Oh, they close quickly.
Our
highest
Obs.
total magic
Shout out to
damage.
Obs. Who have we got in the Obs?
Magic
It's
or
Wep,
pure?
isn't it? Shout out to Wep.
This is definitely
Wep
my
is gonna be
control,
with us.
right? Magic or pure damage at the end?
I'm doing these predictions right now. Magic or pure damage. What's Mind Control playing?
Pugna?
Yeah, well,
Right.
we'll go with that. Players with the most kills at 10 minutes.
I'm putting Abed. Me. You can change it yourself.
Yeah, I'll go with Arbin. And player with highest net worth by 25 minutes, Miracle.
I did Matu.
I'll go with Miracle.
Okay.
Total number of smoke gank kills at the end. I think it's
I'm doing
quite
5 to
high.
8. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, we win. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. This is the first game. We're going to claim first game. I know there's 3 other games, in fact, which you can go and check out across the variety of streams. And, of course, there is the multicast stream as well, hosted up by our beautiful man, Alexander Richardson, who will be taking you through all of the games, which is going to be pretty crazy. But if you want to stick with particular ones, you can sit in with myself and Fogs and be safely in the comfort that we are going to just be sticking with these games through and through. So Liquid versus Fnatic. Very exciting drafts. We've got some different stuff already. It's TI. We are going to see a new meta evolved, and this could very much be the start of it. I am most intrigued by if we are going to see Gyro become a hero again, because there's out of all the heroes, that feels like the hero that hasn't been a hero for the longest.
Hasn't been changed. Nothing got changed either.
Nothing
and
got buffed.
It was a very early pick of the Gyro, and there's a lot of burst damage coming out. I mean, Pugna alone already is one of those heroes that playing Gyro, playing a lot of those edgy heroes, just doesn't feel so great.
Up there at top, yes. So a bit of a bounty rune brawl, and Fnatic were able to make sure that they got the rune. DJ was able to pick it up. Now they're turning. In fact, Kuro has got to be careful. A few more right clicks and he could be done for. Pielighter goes in, tethered up by DJ as Fnatic get the first blood onto Kuroki.
So starting full aggro tri-lane, now they're going to switch away. DJ's going to port bottom. All right, good way to punish the Crystal Maiden. Not the, of course, still a pretty strong hero if you're able to get your spams up, but if you collapse on top of Crystal Maiden at the first few levels, quick, easy kills. Okay. But yeah, very intrigued to see what the Gyro can do. And I'm going to be looking at this bottom lane. I think this is going to be pretty tough for Envy.
Oh yeah, the pressure's going to be on from Mind Control and GH, that is for sure. The spam, as you say, this very strong dual lane of Shaker Pugna is going to cause issues, and DJ has to be very careful with his positioning.
You have to make sure. You have to make sure to not let them double up the creep waves too much on you in this bottom lane. So Envy, you see he gets flak right away, but already double range creep coming in. Mind Control and GH already preparing to just throw that pressure out and make him last hit under tower. Make him just mess up that CS. Alright, we see the aggressive glyphs coming out every time Matu's been walking up for a creep, trying to get like the spiders built up. Abed's been using that around.
Pielighter doing some favourable trading here with Kuro, with that Brain Sap and Nightmare, keeping himself safe. He's able to salve up as well, walk off. Make sure that he's got the sustain to stay in the lane. Mid lane matchup, 8 for 3 against the 2 for 0. A very nice lane so far here from Mr. Abed on his Tiny.
First few levels,
And,
Matu.
hang on. Oh, a very nice lane here for Abed as he just gets a kill 1v1. Abed's turning up. Matuma Man, he hasn't had his breakfast as it seems. He's got to wake up.
That right click looked like it did a lot of more than I thought it was going to. Actually brings down Matu. Okay.
Yeah, probably got the higher end of the roll on the right click.
That's that's really terrifying. Brood is a hero that, sure, first 2 levels, 3 levels, you're not the strongest. It's once you start getting like your level 4 or 5, you build up those spiders. But if a Tiny just starts running away with the lane, you can deal with the Brood. You can go hunt him because you know Brood's gonna go run to Ancients with the spiders, try to farm it. A Tiny just walks in there, you throw your tree, and you pretty much kill all the spiders in one shot.
Well, as we can see as well, ladies and gentlemen, some new and exciting additions to the stream. As you may have already noticed at the top, we are going to be able to have that live experience difference indicator. As you can see just below the gold difference. Also on the side, as you can see, the number of viewers watching that have that team selected as their favorite team. So a lot of Liquid fans turning up. I'm a little surprised there's that. 12,000 of you have Liquid selected as your favorite team. Only 1,000 for Fnatic. And of course, if you want to add yourself to that number, it's all about just watching us and listening to us, of course, in-game. And whatever team you have set as your favorite team in your battle pass will give you add you to the numbers at the top. And of course, as we can see, there's one nice little count at the towers. If you can't count yourself, don't worry. We've got the numbers.
Wow, this early start for Fnatic's fantastic in this game.
Yeah.
Right, they're playing versus this Brood Pugna, which in theory they can get kind of run over, but the ways that they set up the lanes is perfect. Universe is getting a free time top because of this tri-rotation that they did at the beginning of the game, and Abed has actually just forced Matu out. Matu's just trying to build up spiders from the jungle before he can start walking bad in.
And sure, it's not an amazing lane for the Gyro, but Envy, he's still getting something out of it,
yeah,
as you say. This could be a lane that could absolutely play out 10 times worse. But Envy and DJ holding their own against the pressure of Mind Control and GH. A bit aggressive. Burst from Mind Control back out. They've got the missile onto GH. They are going to look to give him a bit of a rundown with the balls as well, slapping in from DJ. GH, homing missile inbound. It's not going to be enough damage. It looks like they'll actually turn their attention towards Mind Control. DJ has to back away, but there's the turn with the Fissure and the Blast. He's in trouble, and can he survive? He has got the tether still from DJ, and it looks like he'll be fine. But no one to go down on that bottom lane.
This is actually pretty... I mean, I'm sure they first picked the IO, but it's a pretty cool solution to deal with this type of, like, the dual pressure that comes up from the Pugna. You can just... If you get hit by double blasts and whatnot, you can just use your sustain perfectly. And I mean, this mid lane is really going to be the big thing that really has to be the adjustment. How can Liquid adapt to deal with this Tiny, who's going to be level 6 already, having complete freedom?
Yeah, Matu he should be able to keep it, despite sort of getting crushed at the earlier stages. He's of course got that ancient camp that he'll constantly be going up and down to, keep himself on par and maybe even ahead. Because sure, we do see Abed with about a 50% lead on the last hits, but of course a lot of those will have been the spiders.
Yeah.
Up with the cleave.
But it's a top lane too. Like the Spectre Crystal Maiden is a very weak lane. That is an abusable lane for sure. And Universe just keeps pulling it back. And then they have a Bane. So Enigma, who is maybe was alone or a weaker hero with the Enigma, you could punish. But
down bottom, kill opportunity potentially. GH does manage to get himself the bounty rune. They'll turn again the blast. As we're seeing it, as you say, it's a lot of damage, but they're not dying. Fnatic, they have that IO sustain. See what they've got up top. So look towards Miracle. The courier taken down there. Fnatic able to get the courier pick off.
Did it die to just a tree? Did it try the Tiny? Did Tiny throw a tree at it? I was looking on bottom.
I didn't quite catch it.
Because I know you can throw Tiny tree at even flying couriers,
yes,
and it does kill the courier. So, may have been hit by a cleave or something along those lines. Universe now starting to back up. He looks like he's going to be... He just uses a Shrine for now, giving the Bane the levels in the lane. While bottom, DJ. Run down. There.
He's getting himself across. In fact, Envy's sort of in position to pick up the kill on Mind Control, and he gets it. DJ's going to be fine with the bottle. And now GH, he's in trouble as well. The Rocket Barrage bringing him down low. Envy and DJ looking to find him around the tree line. GH does get the passive stun onto Envy, but there's the tether across, cleaning the trees out of the way. GH does have the stick charge, but the ball slows there, and they'll pick up another. Envy with the double kill. And at the same time, mid indeed. Matuma Man in trouble. He's got the tree toss, won't be on target. Matuma Man will manage to keep himself safe, but 2k advantage now in terms of gold and experience. Bottom lane, Envy will go down. Mind Control's able to get himself back in the lane. Can he pick up a second? No, DJ with the tether, with the TP, he's out of there. He'll make it back safely. So Mind Control at least able to pick something back up as soon as he returns to the lane. Envy hanging around a little too low. But still, Fnatic, as you say, considering the drafts, it's what we say. It's a lot of the time. It's very hard to judge Fnatic from a draft because they do something different. They do something. They draft themselves into a position that you rarely see other teams do so. But they know how to play it.
The big thing really was the adjustment. They were just like, all right, we can now just move this tiny mid versus the Brood and throw that Enigma top. And that's really what's just setting up their lanes to such success right now. And of course, that start, having DJ on the IO as well as Paladin the Bane starting up top to put the pressure on onto Miracle. A fantastic start for Fnatic right now. So Liquid, they're going to have to really be playing around Mind Control. Once he gets 6, we're probably going to see that's the thing they focus around. But it's mostly just going to be GH and Kuro making the moves around the map to assist the lanes. Matu taking some pressure in the mid. Level 7 versus a level 9 Tiny.
Yeah, Abed absolutely crushing it mid. Top net worth.
Matu.
He nearly came back in and died.
He was just jungling. Abed threw the tree blind. He killed all the spiders too with that tree.
He's got to be careful.
He thinks now Matu probably expects there to be a ward there because that was a blind tree throw. You see him pinging it out right away, expecting something like that.
Smart stuff from Abed.
He knows what he's doing. He's been lingering in this area too, kind of just sapping experience, expecting Matu to be trying to do this.
GH checking out the bottom rune. Do have Abed on the high ground here. GH could get cornered off. Indeed, Envy heading in with the missile rocket barrage. Abed's there with the wraparound. There's no escape for GH as Fnatic pick up another kill. Now 5-1. As Liquid. All 3 lanes not going to plan. That's for sure on top lane. Going to lead in with the Nightmare, getting in position. Universe surrounding Kuroki. Kuroki will try and retreat. He's got the stick charges. Will be fine. But every lane seems to be a bit of a danger zone now for Liquid because of the start that Fnatic have got.
Yep. Like we were saying, I think it's like playing around Mind Control is going to be the biggest thing. If not, they have to do double rotations. They have to start making dual moves with Kuroki as well as GH just to try to fix these lanes. Because it's getting to be a big problem right now. Fnatic have the wards. Alright, Pi does have 1 ward right now. He did place the deep one toward the shrine, but I'm assuming they're just going to be placing pretty invasive wards so that Abed can just run around and do his own thing in this game. Look at that, all the spiders.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just seeing Broodmother's spiders die, it says something that we can all empathize with.
It's going to be such a quick blink dagger. And looking at Liquid's heroes, who's their beef guy, right? Who's the frontliner?
I mean, it's going to be the Spectre in about, what, 50 minutes?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the thing at the moment.
This Tiny is going to be able to one-shot pretty much anybody on the map that he runs into. So they're going to have to adjust for that. They're going to have to get bracers, cloaks, and raindrops or something. And we do see Mind Control at least has that already. He's got the cloak, he's got the bracer, and the raindrop. So prepared for when Abed does get that early blink dagger.
This sub-universe getting some heavy pressure onto the tier 1 tower of Liquid at this 10-minute mark. Something that, in terms of damage, they managed to do half the damage on the bottom half of the map, Liquid, but this top tower certainly looking to be in the worst place as Fnatic really...
Actually, I like that he went for the Dominator this game, because I know the rise of the Midas was starting to come back, but in this game he's going to be so good at pushing
and
it.
Look at this bottom. Abed's coming in with the wraparound. GH trying for the TP out, but the Avalanche is there from Abed, turning up at just the right time. Envy turns, holds his ground, slams GH in the face with a bullet. As Fnatic again, they're turning up. Game 1 of the international group stages for Fnatic. This first 10 minutes against Liquid. They're got to be feeling on a bit of a high right now. This is the way that you dream of starting your TI games.
I mean, especially when you're playing with a lineup with an IO too.
And against Liquid, last year's champions.
Yeah. Like, they have this IO who now, you get your urn started, you start building up those urn charges, and you can just keep your heroes on the map. You keep that presence going, you keep that pressure going. So we thought maybe Liquid, with this Brood, with this Pugna, they can apply the pressure. Fnatic has gotten the lanes perfectly already. Yeah, 4K advantage, everything.
Interesting to see that, though. As you can see from the in-game win probability, it's still 49-51, very close between the two teams, obviously taking into account the previous games of both sides, I do believe, and of course sort of their win rates and such with specific heroes. So understandable that despite the fact that Liquid is behind, it's absolutely not over for them. We've seen Liquid, of course, many times come back from situations much worse than this one. As they're 4K behind, but they do have comeback heroes. You know, Spectre, good Haunt usage can certainly bring you back into the game very nicely.
Kuro just gets brought down by quick brain sap and a Malefice, just some right clicks as well. They're starting to get their ultis online. So Earthshaker 6, we've got Spectre, Haunt as well, but look at the levels. GH is higher level than Miracle right now.
Oh,
on the Shaker.
Top lane. High. Does get slammed. GHM messing around. He sees the opportunity to double the team's kills and he'll go for it. Drops the slam. Arbed is there. Does actually manage to get the kill with the cleave hit there off the back of GH, bringing down Miracle. Arbed is going to be played around with a bit, but he's at a fantastic point at the moment. He is very tanky. There's no way that these heroes can deal with him as he runs in with the Tiny, slams down Kuro, crushing him with his fist.
They can't deal with Tiny unless Pugna's there. That's the only way they have the damage solution for him at the moment. I mean, it's 2,000 HP already with 8 armor. These heroes cannot pierce through that. Maybe once Matu starts getting these items finished up, which he's getting close now. He actually is about to finish up the Diffusal Blade, which is the new build that we've been seeing. It's like Medallion Diffusal, or you do the Medallion Orchid.
Yep.
See some Chinese players, I saw the Aquila thrown in sometimes, but there's been a bit of an adaptation in the recent past.
Universe has pretty much got his Blink Dagger on the Enigma, so we are going to certainly expect to see some big plays from him, as you say, especially once he has the BKB. It is a game where there's definitely potential for big black holes to be had with good selection of melee heroes. And bottom lane Arbed just in with the jump onto Mind Control. He's gone. They've got the chase down onto GH as well. He cannot slow down Envy and DJ long enough, as they'll surely be able to continue to chase him down with the Rocket Barrage. GH is gone. 12 for 2. Fnatic absolutely killing it.
It is really snowballing out of control. When you have a Broodmother and you're 6k behind at the 13 minute, it's not feeling like a very good plan. But hi, this could be the start of the comeback maybe. But the reinforcements from Fnatic, they even throw back Kuro. Oh, Kuro.
Oh, he's speedy.
Abed's still on the chase. He's got a tree.
Oh, bottom lane.
Oh, on bottom.
Oh.
The tree throw, and see Kuro.
Oh, GH has TP'd into this. I don't know if that was the plan, sir, as he's just dead.
He is dead.
I mean, maybe Liquid wants to give everyone a bit of a chance, you know, I guess. I mean, it's looking rough.
They're in.
This is Liquid.
I mean, they're in incredibly deep trouble right now. Like, Miracle's level 7. He's queued up the Vanguard. He's got phase boots, but he's nowhere near anything. And Fnatic's just got a plethora of items right now on everybody. This is looking grim. Grim for Liquid. And the thing is, like we were mentioning, they have the IO. They've got all these heroes with sustain. They've got IO, they've got Dominator and Enigma.
They just don't stand on the map.
Yeah, they just don't have to go back ever. It's always going to be that presence that Liquid just can't really deal with unless they actually start making moves with multiple heroes. I think maybe 3-man, 2-man smokes, throw the Spectre, Haunt in. That's how they can start coming back. They do have the Echo available again too, so let's see what they can do. Abed.
They're trying to go on him here with the Horn. Oh, okay, with the full 5-man, they've got him. They've got the damage. They'll take down Arbed. Good bit of money there going towards Matumba Man. And now they can look to put a bit of pressure onto the tier 1 themselves. Fortification will come out. We'll see if Fnatic want to try and contest this and hold them off. They do have that Blink, as you can see there, spotted out by the ward. So Liquid will know that the Blink Dagger is there for Universe and should be able to make preparations for it as such.
Look at Envy. Even using the call down to make sure that DJ can get the bounty in his bottle.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All 4 bounties
Radiant's middle tower
for Fnatic. Liquid able to claim a tower. But still quite a long way for that road to recovery.
And this is going to be interesting to see, because I feel like Fnatic, I know it's a bit of a joke. We've seen them win a lot of games where they're used to being behind. When was the last time you sort of saw Fnatic crush like this? It's at this early stage. It doesn't feel very Fnatic to win a game when they're ahead. I feel like we've got to see this game swing vastly in Liquid's favor and then back for Fnatic to be able to close it up. And in bottom lane, GH trying to get in position. He does have the slam. We'll drop it here onto Envy, but Envy with the stick charges and with DJ backing up, there's just not enough damage to bring down anyone that's being tethered by DJ at this stage of the game on Liquid's up.
They have to have one of the big cores there to be dealing the damage. Still, Mind Control being the biggest one to get that damage in. Because, I mean, Matu does do a lot of damage, but walking into that lineup from Fnatic as a Brood is still pretty terrifying until he's got BKB finished up. So much magic damage coming through. Tree toss again.
Easy money.
Easy money.
Easy money indeed.
So you mentioned, Fnatic when they have leads. We've seen Fnatic with leads.
But
biggest
most
thing-
of the
yes,
time,
sure.
most of the time, this is a team that will be down and will swing the game back around.
Yeah.
Like, can they close it up with the advantage that they have? I mean, that is the question. Like, at what point are we going to see Fnatic really amp it up and start to really clean up those tier 2s and go up towards the high ground? What are they waiting on?
I mean, that's the important thing, and that's the thing that we always talk about when we're talking about Fnatic, is when they do get that lead, they tend to sometimes they chill out, and everyone just starts doing their farm thing, and that's when they start getting picked off. So they do have to, I think when they get the BKB finished on Envy, that's going to be the thing to rally around, because they'll have a couple extra items. Like, they've already got the Blink on Enigma.
Look at this up top. Pi finding the setup with the straight-up Fiend's Grip onto Miracle, buying time for Envy to be relocated in by DJ. So instantly pick up the kill.
They're going to set up for the relocate, but TP's already coming in. Fnatic setting back up, and they make it in time.
DJ. Oh, the Nightmare. Can they keep DJ alive? No, he will fall by Universe. He's in with the Black Hole. Gets cancelled straight away, though, by Kuroki, so Universe will fall. DJ did buy back for this. Piloter gets cornered in by the Spiders, as Liquid able to take sort of the first sort of team fight as such in their favor there, as they punish sort of the broken upness of Fnatic. Arbet does go in for a pickoff kill. The tree toss brings GH down low, head forward and toss away
The Ops Ward.
mind control to kill off the Shaker. Matumbaman trying to chase down Arbet. Arbet does have the sustain of DJ, so it looks like he'll hold back from diving too far underneath the tower. Arbet quickly cleaves up the Spiders.
Having a ward there in that situation, just that lane ward. Giving that vision so they can get the tree, and Abed.
End up finding mind control in the tree line as well. So at the end of the day, sure, Liquid, as we saw there, were able to get sort of 3 kills in return, cancelling the black hole and such, but Fnatic were able to quickly turn back up to that bottom lane and keep themselves comfortably ahead, as we can see. Still an 8k lead, only 18 minutes in, 21-6.
I mean, Abed is such a big problem. 913, 219 last hits.
It's very hard to get. We saw him die the once when they had 5 heroes on him with the Haunt. That was the only time that we've seen him go down, and it still took some time as such. So in terms of being able to deal with Arbed in a situation where he's got the team around him, at this point of the game, it looks very hard for Liquid to take down that Tiny.
Yeah. GH getting close to the dagger, though.
Okay.
That's the big thing that could catch Fnatic off guard. They have to watch out how they're clumping. But Envy does have BKB. Looks like it might just be time to start setting up for that aggression. And I'm imagining this is going to be the game where we do see, of course, the IO getting the level 15 Axe bonus. Because lately we have seen it, but it's mostly spirit damage. But this game looks like an Axe bonus game, especially with Gyro. Kuro just gets picked off. Maybe they try to transition into a Roche. They've got pretty heavy damage coming in between them. And that will be the choice.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, okay. They're relocating bottom to try to maybe make this more unexpected. This Roshan.
Liquid are certainly sort of drawing their attention down towards the bomb, but there's the relocate
Radiant's
out.
bottom tower
They'll
is
say you
under
can have
attack.
that tower, because boys, we're in the pit. And now Liquid, with that pressure put down there, can they get to the pit in time? I don't know if they can. They're TPing over to the shrine. Can GH make the jump? He's got this blink. He's got to go straight away. Pops the smokes. They won't see it there. With that neutral, he's looking to jump. They get there in time. They've got the horn. So now Fnatic being forced out of the pit. Envy does have the BKB. GH pops the slam, but he's been stunned up by the homing missile. GH tries to juke himself back in towards the pit, but he'll fall. Envy gets the kill on the Shaker. Towards the high ground, Pilot Eye being chased down by Matumbaman as Fnatic have lost 2. Arbed going back towards the pit, the buyback coming out from Pilot Eye. Roshan incredibly low. They don't have detection here, Liquid, so they're just trying to go for it. They don't know that Arbed is here. Arbed staying hidden now will reveal himself to get the kill, but Matumbaman snatches the Aegis. Arbed did not pick it up. So Arbed will go down. Jump forward from Universe. He does have the black hole, but doesn't want to commit for it, as it's only him and DJ. The Decrepify, the control from Kuroki holding Universe down. Universe, he will fall as well, as the blast is there from Mind Control. And despite Arbed's best attempt there to pull off a big play, they're losing it, Fnatic. It's down to just a 2k advantage. Liquid coming back into the game big time around the pit. And there's now that Aegis on Matumbaman.
They got so split up. It was pretty much, you saw GH, they saw the TP coming in from all 4 heroes on the shrine because they had a ward, and they saw the smoke come out. So they saw GH running in, so they kind of panicked. They dispersed all in different directions. So Pi and Universe went to the left, while the rest of the heroes went to the right. So they got isolated by the Brood on the left side. and the team fight, Envy's BKB wears out, and they actually can't make their way back into that Rosh pit, even if Abed has that invis. There's still too much magic damage that can come out from Liquid onto Envy.
Envy is going to try and chase, but the Fisher very nicely placed there to slow down that push and make sure Envy can't catch it. Abed might still find someone. They've got the homing missile set up onto Mind Control. They'll go onto him. He's got the self to crepify the blast, trying to keep himself alive with the life try. Mind Control, is he going to be okay? There's another homing missile coming in. GH again with the Fisher, but there's the BKB. Envy not messing around. Committing with the BKB. He sees some ancients. He'll take those instead, because he doesn't want to chase any further. He'll get himself a little bit of farm, but still, what a swing. You know, the fact that this game that was an 8k advantage for Fnatic, it's now pretty much even.
Yeah.
Those buybacks around the pit and the failure to successfully take the fight. Sure, they got the kill on the rush, but they didn't manage to pick up the Aegis.
And that was with DJ also just picking up the mech right before that fight. Yeah. So they had that like extra burst of heal, it just still wasn't enough. And now he's got level 15, so he's got the tethered Ags bonus for Envy as well. So it's a bit of a power surge coming in between the two of them. Envy can farm a lot harder. Also, it's like pretty much gets his free attack speed from it.
And Len Arbet able to get himself another free solo kill as Kuro's out low.
We'll see that. Well, we won't really probably get to see those, but oh, bottom.
High again. Is there the follow-up? There is the relocate comes in. They're looking towards Miracle. Miracle will go up towards the high ground. He's got the blade mail. Can they find him? That's the question. Universe clears the trees nicely with the Midnight Pulse to make sure that they can have the vision to beat him down, and they do find Miracle.
Pi playing Bane, always able to find those pickoffs. It's a lot because of the wards. That's one of the biggest things I've seen from Fnatic, and mostly whenever Pi's on a team is the warding tends to be pretty good on them. They know the priorities that they want to be taking, and they know if a team is starting to split up after their ultis are down, he knows usually where they're going to be getting for those farms, like those desperate hard camps. So it's the Dagon build on my control, just wanting to blow up a target quickly. I think that's been one of the more so builds we see on Pugna lately. Just Aether Lens into that Dagon.
As we can see there, a breakdown of how each team is getting their gold. So, what's the ping? I'm sure you guys all understood that graph.
I couldn't see it that well. It was from kills. It looks like, I mean, Liquid's gotten a lot of gold to just comeback kills, especially from that Rosh pit. I think that'll happen when you're at a deficit. And Matu, we were mentioning how he can be a bit scared until he gets that BKB to just run in, but with this BKB now, he can actually just go for the backlines. If he can just get on top of Pi, get on top of DJ, it's going to make their team fight a lot more difficult on the side of Fnatic. And Liquid, in theory, they should be able to have the vision advantage in all these fights, because they pop Spectre ult, and they know pretty much where everybody's going to be. So pace of the game changing a little bit here, as they don't want to get too aggressive on the side of Fnatic into this Aegis.
Obviously, Liquid still needing a fair bit more time to really get the Miracle Spectre into the game, but they do have the Miracle Spectre.
Yeah.
It is that, as you say, once the game sort of does slow down to the point where Liquid can fight as four and consistently keep the pressure and attention away from Miracle, Miracle is going to be able to eventually climb back up to the top. It's going to take time, though, so it's all on Fnatic to keep that pressure up and make sure the space is not given to the Spectre.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Spectre's always going to be that scary beast. If it gets to that late game, your supports just suffer. Radiance, Manta, if you get to that point, the game's going to be very difficult for Fnatic.
Tower for Liquid. Mid lane Arbed, keeping the lanes pressured in. And as we can see, the win probability a while ago did go up to 65% for Fnatic, but now it's pretty much back even. And if anything, starting to shift in the general direction of favouring Liquid as the game goes on.
So we've got the BKB Satanic first two items on Envy. As we've mentioned, he has the Aghanims bonus from the IO, so he just feels like surviving is the most important thing. He just wants to be in that front line.
But very close to having his BKB too. So they will have these big items on the cores that, as we say, could indicate that they want to start speeding things up a little bit.
Yeah, it could be it could be go time soon on Fnatic,
I mean, Universe has got his BKB done.
And I think did Abed switch? He's going for Silver Edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he just wants to be able to break the Spectre.
Kill the Spec.
Yeah, be pretty decent versus Brood as well. So.
Yeah, 3k gold towards the relic. It's
Have you
just getting close.
Yeah, look at Matu, what he's been doing with the Brood. If you see on the minimap, you see tons of little brown dots. He's actually been spreading his spiders all across, trying to scout information whenever they do split up. And he's just sitting in the tree lines while doing this too. He's just like in a place where they can't kill him. He's like near the Ancients kind of with his spiders, just making sure that he's giving all the info. While you see the other 3 on Liquid, they're all sitting behind the most important person in the game for them, the Spectre. Now he's gonna go join them. He was kind of spazzing out in the trees there for a second.
He was chilling. So who's gonna find who first? Pi will manage to get the D ward.
He comes out of smoke as well too, so they're like, yeah.
They know
And
what's
Fnatic
up.
smoked up top. And Miracle during all this has gotten.
He's gonna have the relic.
Yeah.
That sort of window that can be the hard one to get through if the pressure's up. And at a point of this game, it really was up against Liquid. They were not coming out of the lanes as planned. And now their Spectre getting back into it, has the
Dire's
gold
middle
for
tower
the
is
relic.
under attack.
And they still are kind of sitting in this like zone around him. You see either like Kuroki and GH sitting behind him, or even 3 heroes sitting behind him. Just yeah, we know how important that Spectre Radiance is. That timing, even though it's coming out late, it's going to be that important for them anyway. And now it's just lots of survivability items, it looks like, on Liquid. It looks like My Control's queued up the Aeon Disc, Kuroki's queued up the Aeon Disc, GH a Yule Scepter. So ways to make sure that they can prolong themselves in the fight. Get more spells off so that the Spectre and the Broodmother can do their job. Pie's still trying to be this, ward monster. He's just trying to make sure that they can keep their control of this vision here that he just placed. While Liquid, you saw them all playing around the bottom and right side, so that's also where they have the vision.
He's got to be careful. He's got the glimmer. Especially on bed. Did at least, I guess, the advantage of Liquid did actually pop the double damage out of his bottle as soon as he saw the CM. So might not be able to get opportune use with it. Unless Fnatic can find a fight, but as expected, Liquid playing safe, sitting up inside their base behind Miracle.
Yeah, any unexpected talents we've seen? I think all the ones that I've seen are pretty much the standards. I don't think anything was outside the box. Nope, looks pretty standard to me. I've been seeing the Spectre one, the dagger cooldown being the people have been taking that one pretty much every time now that I've seen in pubs instead of the 8 stats.
All top. They look for the setup, but GH indeed sat behind Miracle's there with the fish to back him up. Has the ability to cancel the Fiend's Grip from Pi. Allow Miracle to walk off. Arbet does manage to get a 3-man avalanche indeed, and that'll be enough for them to clean up GH. Miracle stunned up by the missile. They're jumping in. Universe has got the Midnight Pause. He's committing. He's got the BKB Black Hole to hold Miracle in place. No hesitation there from Universe. Sees the chance to get that big solo kill on Miracle. And with the BKB Black Hole, there is nothing that Liquid could do to save, and they tried with the life drain, but that was not going to be enough. So
It's just going to be a farming kills, though. They can't actually breach high ground out of this. They know the Roche is up, but that's a bit risky. But they're just going to try to farm out the enemy jungle, make sure they push out the waves as well on Envy.
see mid. Pi. You can find Matuma. Quick cleave with the trees. Cleave the spiders with the trees. Alright, by the Tiny will get him. Pi does lose his life there, standing around a little too long. They head up to the high ground and find him. Matuma man. Across the pit. As you say, yeah, Fnatic, despite those kills, hard for them to take any sort of further objective.
The Radiance is almost up for Miracle. It's about 600 away.
Fnatic, can they stop Liquid getting?
They know the Black Hole's down, right? They know Fiend's Grip as well as Black Hole were used. I believe they know that the Relocate was used as well. That's going to be coming up soon, but the big one is, of course, Universe's Black Hole.
They do still have ways to sort of bully them out of the pit, but it is going to be hard, especially when they're taking it down as quick as they are. There's the cooldown from Envy. They'll chuck at a tree as well. Won't find the connection. But Fnatic, can they actually get in there? There's the Fisher from GH blocking Envy out of the pit. Universe will jump in, but the Aegis has already been picked up as Universe will fall to his death. And Fnatic, they just have to get out of there. They were unable to fight around that pit. As Miracle in with the Horn, ready to chase down for more. Gets that Spectral Dagger slow onto Envy. Yeah. Slam is down from GH as he catches both Envy and DJ off guard. DJ to fall. Frostbite on Envy holds him in place. That's a triple kill for Matuma Man as Fnatic starting to crumble. They had this lead, but it's now slipping away, a distant memory. Matuma now top of the net worth, and Miracle Spectre each and every team fight climbing back ahead, as he does now have that Radiance online. So the fights are not going to get any easier for Fnatic.
He was trying to kind of bait them in there too. You saw him sitting at 400 HP, but with the cheese, he's just like, I hope they turn for me. They did. Yeah, he instantly pops it.
It's such an awkward position, you say, for Fnatic, because they feel like you have to do something about this, but how do they?
I mean, they don't have Black Hole, right? And this fissure by GH, it doesn't even connect, but it did the job, right? You see it blocks the path, and Envy's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds of his BKB there, and then they're able to re-engage on him afterwards.
Abed, he's tried to jump in onto mind control. He will manage to take down one. Can he get Kuro? No, Kuro channeling the ult. Can they kill Abed in time? They can! They'll get him. Kuro will fall as GH sits on his head as he gets tossed upon him. Universe tries for the BKB TP out, but the damage from Matuma is too high. So again, Liquid short. Fnatic got a couple of pickoffs, but it's another exchange that's favoring Liquid.
Yeah, and Matu. How did Matu start this game? 0-2, right? 9-2-4 now on this Broodmother. An incredible recovery, top of the net worth after everything that has played forward.
Now the question is, how well can Fnatic hold high ground? Pretty well, right?
Pretty strong. Just depends on if they
lose
lose
gyro,
heroes.
I mean, with the tree throw,
It is
always pretty much cleans up a creep wave.
It's a good amount of pressure on Universe with his Black Holes, though, because you can see as soon as Black Hole's down, Liquid feels an immense amount of power coming through.
I don't know how that stat works.
I didn't see
Apparently, Brood is banned against Liquid 188% of the time, which is understandable because Matuma pretty good, but I'm not quite sure if it's mathematically possible. But if there was a team that you're going to find a way to draft Brood, ban Brood against them more times than even possible, Liquid would certainly be the one. But as we saw, they got it through here, and not really to sort of Fnatic's mistakes in the draft. This was an early Brood pick, wasn't it?
It was a third pick.
Third pick Brood, straight up, and it short at the start. Fnatic did have the edge. They were able to get the lanes to sort of make sure that Matuma start the game was slow, but Matuma being Matuma was always going to have a very strong chance of coming back into the game, as he has done here.
It's really just been these Roshans, right? The Roshans is really the big comeback for Liquid. The Fnatic tried to do that neat little relocate play bottom on the first one. It delays their Roshan a bit for Liquid to get there in time. So now Liquid still with this Aegis, playing very confidently, having 4 heroes just perched around the Broodmother, as Miracle just farms in the backlines with Haunt available. And this is the, we're getting close to that item timing that we were saying for the Spectre that is absolutely terrifying. If he gets this, I mean, the Manta's going to make everything so much harder for them to deal with. Just that extra damage, just more confusion inside the fights.
What is the plan for Fnatic? It really feels like they have to make this team fight work with the Black Hole and the Gyro, which they just haven't really had the chance to do so.
I think a really big important thing for Fnatic is just going to be making sure that they have at least a vision advantage going into these fights somehow versus Spectre. They want to know where people are positioned, and that's why I feel like Pi bought a gem, because like the map control is going to start to get more and more important to make sure they can get these pickoffs whenever Liquid is split up, whenever they're doing this 4-on-4-and-1.
Radiant did scan down bottom, so they know that Miracle's hiding in the trees. Miracle is going to start to play around with Abed, though. Abed has got the shadow. As he will be able to keep himself hidden. Miracle popping himself out of there with the horn. In fact, was the mid, the pressure being put on now as Matuma walks himself up to the barracks. With that horn, Miracle was able to pick off Pylai Die.
That was Glyph used, and they took out the tier 3, and they got a kill out of that Haunt. And still having Aegis. Now they can put on some more map pressure, take out a Shrine, because that tier 3 has been taken. Some more economy for them, and they've already accrued a 6k advantage. It's quickly climbing, while Fnatic is kind of stuck in their base, as Liquid does whatever they want on the map.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine
this is,
has fallen.
I mean, this is, as we said, at the start of the game, it was like, oh, Liquid looking a bit rocky, but then Liquid were like, hey, hold on, guys, wait until we're sort of 20 minutes down the line, because this is back to being pretty much the Liquid you expect to see. Turning up a TI, doesn't matter how far behind they are at the start, they'll find a way to get back in. And Black Hole will be dropped onto Matuma. Can they actually kill him off though? He's still got the BKB, he's trying to retreat. Abed is going to get caught up by GH jumping in with the Echo Slam onto Abed. Matuma managing to keep himself alive. They're looking to toy around with Abed, but the homing missile and Tritos will actually get Matuma finally killed off. Abed does get bursted down by the the Nether Ward there as he tried to cast a spell.
It's a buyback from Matumba, man. They know the Enigma black hole's down. I guess they just want to try to push
They wanna
forward.
go. GH, Fisher, onto DJ, Miracle, looking to dive in aggressively. He's got that Radiance. Is it enough to kill off DJ? DJ keeping the distance. Another dagger flies through, and DJ will be popped. Fnatic just getting pulled apart.
Arcane Rune Spectre. Just, you know, a 4-second cooldown on the dagger, so he's pretty much 500 movement speed running at this IO nonstop.
And it feels like this game may be borderline over. Liquid.
That was with the Aegis timed out as he got black holed as well. So it was a pretty unfortunate time for Liquid, but either way they were able to sustain, and yeah, we're just seeing the power.
I mean, this is really Liquid sending a message. It's like, look, we can pick third pick Brood. You can counter us. You can win the lanes. You can get 10k advantage in the first 15 minutes, but then we'll come back and we'll win the game. And they've got the Haunt. They're going in. Universe popping the BKB. Pylai getting focused down by Miracle. Pylai is gone. Envy having to retreat. Arbet is going to jump in with the combo onto Miracle. Is it enough to bring Miracle down, though? He's got the dagger to get back out of the base. The homing missile still chasing him down. Matumba Man will fall, so he is down for 2 minutes. Miracle does get stunned up on the side. Kuro comes in with a frostbite onto Arbet, but now Kuro himself in trouble. As the homing missile's inbound, Fnatic looking to chase down and take another off Liquid.
Relocate top.
They're going straight in.
They're going?
They're going for the push. The Miracle will buy back instantly as soon as he sees that play come in. As his buyback will force them back, but Fnatic certainly showing us that they do still have signs of life, the classic signs of Fnatic life as well. They're now behind. You know, this is where they're ready to play.
Yeah.
So, if anything, this is just setting out to be the game that we could have hoped to start TI with. We're seeing it all. We're seeing Fnatic win lanes. We're seeing them throw games. We're seeing them bring back the games into their favor. Slightly. Right? Still a lead for Liquid, but it could go that way if we see some other sort of crazy IO plays. And I mean, we know that IO in DJ's hands, it's terrible. We've seen it already this game. But when it comes into sort of late game plays, late game calls like that, to go for the split for the rat, Fnatic, they've got it down to a T. And Liquid have to be careful about these plays sort of outmaneuvering them.
And they have to be careful right now. This is their time that they can, I mean, not really lose the game, but lose at least a barracks, because there's no proof for 40.
Yeah, he's dead for 40 seconds.
Mind control, protecting his nether ward as best as possible. And the daggers begin. So they will get a range tracks, Envy. Trying to continue forward.
Yeah, he's trying to block off the team with the Fisher. Universe goes in with a BKB black hole onto
the illusion.
He doesn't get it at all, as he has got to retreat now. Miracle's there, ready to lead in. There's the jump in from GH with the slam. That's going to be Universe going to relocate. DJ saving Envy just in time. But Miracle's there to chase down, of course, with the Haunt. Will still pick up DJ. Envy does get himself back to base. Arbet being chased. There's a missile onto Miracle. Arbet sort of eyeing up the chance of going back in, but no, he heads up to the high ground. But they know, they see him. They've got the Fisher play from GH. Arbet nearly gets Miracle. Miracle's got to be careful, but he's keeping himself on the side. The toss, the avalanche, the missile. Miracle nearly killing himself. The satire doesn't quite do it, as he has been Glimmercaped. Miracle will live. They do kill off Arbet on top of that cliff. Now Arbet's down for 100 seconds. You got no Universe for 40 seconds, no DJ for 60.
All of Liquid's up now too, so it's pressure time. And their waves are in an okay spot. Top is pushing a little bit, but they've got mid and they've got bottom already forced in, so they can make their way down bottom.
And we love it. Butterfly into Rapier.
Rapier.
The question, are we going to see this game go on to the point where he gets the Rapier? Maybe. With the way that this game's going up and down, sure. At the
This
moment,
Rax is dead.
The Rax, for sure.
And
I mean,
got
it's
Arbet's
a long
dead for a
time,
while
70
too,
seconds. I mean, how long until the Black Hole's back up? 80 seconds. Now it's looking really rough for Fnatic. Liquid have a large opening here to really clean up the base. Unless Envy can do some crazy plays on the gyro, we'll have, as we say, DJ back with him in 20. That is a second set of racks cleaned up by Liquid.
And this is a double siege creep wave coming in for Liquid too. Perfect timing for them as they're pushing this. This last one I don't think Fnatic can hold this.
Well, they are going to be able to take GH out straight away. GH, of course, will buy back immediately. But Matumba Man with the BKB trying to come in onto the racks, but now he's backing off. The BKB's starting to wear off. He's got the move speed of the webs. The slow from the balls not quite enough to hold him back, as they will back off. But at the same time, this is Fnatic pushing Liquid away from Fnatic's final set of racks. So they do keep that last lane alive.
It's important to do that at least. They prolong it, right? We want Envy to get that rapier.
Can they contest Roche though? As we say, it's another bit of time where they do not have
I think
the
they
black
have
hole.
to.
They
You
don't
have
have
to.
the black hole though.
You can't give like
They
Aegis
don't
Cheese
have the
to Spectre.
BKB on Envy.
Yeah,
Still down for 30 seconds. He's trying to go in. The Horde's going to be popped immediately. The Frostbite, the Zap, the Life Drain onto Envy. He needs help, and he needs it now, but there can't be any help because DJ gets controlled on the side. He couldn't get in with the save. So that's going to be Envy dead. He buys back straight away. Pylite die as well. Looking to get back into the game. Arbet with the BKB and the damage. Is it enough for the Spectre to go down? It isn't, as he's going to be fine. Miracle gets himself down to the low ground and out of harm's way as Liquid keep control around the pit. Another attempt to fight round there where they didn't quite have the black hole. They do now have the black hole back up, and in fact Roshan still at about half health.
Universe has to heal though. He's back at base
He's
right
got
now.
that black hole. If he can get there,
He can get in there. DJ's dead for 50
he's
though.
TPing over. Did walk back to base, so he still had the TP available. Liquid know though. They're up on the high ground. They know that the black hole is back up.
They're playing it patient. They're letting Miracle run around, pick up items. He's got the heart now finished, so there comes the regen.
Yeah. The Dagon
coming
being
for it.
scaled up as well.
Yeah. They're playing it patient. They know that Fnatic's the ones really under the gun here to make sure that that Liquid doesn't get the rush. While Liquid, they know they're so comfortable in this game now. Let the action come to them. They have to, I mean, they've got Haunt in 50 seconds. If they really want it, they can wait that whole time while Miracle just walks around farming the map. Because Fnatic, they don't take the rush fast enough, even if it's low. And their base also continuing to get pressured. Those two waves, those two side lane, or the mid lane as well as the side lane bottom, pushing in, keeping it going. How long on Haunt? 28 seconds.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Envy now that rapier has become a pipe dream after having to buy back. So the smoke comes out. They're going to try to take advantage of Spectre Haunt being down for a few seconds,
Envy
but
doesn't have flak for 25 seconds.
yeah.
So he's fighting without flak here.
And Miracle just starts running in. He knows Haunt's coming back up. He's got a heart. Like, he's got no fear walking into all this right now.
And the base, they're losing tier 4s here. The creeps.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, there's a ping going to come out from Pylite Eye.
And now Liquid's ready to go in the pit. They've got Haunt ready, and look where look where Miracle's positioned himself, just completely in the front line still.
Like, for you,
Forcing it.
how do you find the black hole? It's going to be so hard. They are fairly grouped up though now. Does he get himself a city? He doesn't. They'll get it. They'll jump in now.
Jump forward.
Does manage to get the two-man black hole there, and with that control, they'll be able to burst down Miracle. Miracle does not have buyback. He has. It's still on cooldown for a minute and 40 seconds. So short Liquid. They got the Roshan. Matuma Man was able to get the Aegis Cheese and Refresher, but they're actually. Oh, GH gets the slam. He's able to kill one, but he's going to lose his life for that. I mean, now they're 2 heroes dead. 100 seconds. They may have got the Roche, but Liquid. They're 2 people down for 100. They do not have buyback.
They're going to
If
go run
Fnatic,
to the base,
Fnatic
though.
could just go.
Yeah, they're going to run to the base, though, here. The tier 4 is down to 147
So Mind Control's going to
HP.
try for the split.
Yeah, Mind Control's going to try to split it off here.
But
Matumba has Boots of Travels as well. But this is very concerning here. Envy, he's just running in.
He is.
Uh-oh.
They're just going for the tier 4s. Matuma Man looking towards
Arbet?
Arbet. Arbet
Arbet?
actually taking a lot of. Arbet's
Arbet-
dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Envy, he's in trouble as well. He's been Degrepify life drain. He'll turn towards Matuma Man. DJ getting focused down by the spider. They've got the Degrepify, the burst damage, and okay.
All right.
This is
well,
what.
Matumba Man's still pretty scary even on his own, throwing just a couple spells from the back
All
of
right.
his
So
teammates. but-
yeah, another next level play from Liquid. Like, we'll let GH die. We'll let Miracle die for 100 seconds. They're going to go straight for the tier 4s, and then we're just going to send a spider at them, and it's all going to be okay. And it actually looks like it should be. I mean, Universe, where's the black hole back up? Not for some time. I know he has
80 seconds.
He has, of course. No, he's not quite got the Octarine. He didn't quite finish it off, so he hasn't got that reduced cooldown. And Envy's got no buyback. There's still no Spectres. Miracle's down for 35 seconds, but that is going to still leave that 50-second window where they are without a gyrocopter.
It's pretty absurd how hard Broodmother hits at level 25.
Yeah.
That talent. 200% lifesteal, 200 bonus damage.
You're not killing him. If you can't kite him or keep him off you, any right click you get, bam, he is gone.
Like, look at this. Watch how fast he turns. Like, Abed hasn't built any armor items this game, so he is a bit low on the armor. So versus that AC, look how quick he chunks him down. Look at the damage on this spider.
Look
Just quickly runs right through them.
I've just noticed we got a new stat as well. You see that, Fogged? We've got APM.
Really?
We're StarCraft now, boys.
I didn't even see that.
Look at that. APM of Universe, only 150. Oh, there we go. GH's APM, 253. Who's got the best APM?
Wait, where do you see that? Am I blind?
No, just above the talents.
Oh, I do see it. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
we've got an APM counter, boys. Who's got the best APM? Is it Oh, only 148 on the Brood.
On
That's
Brood?
pretty low. Oh, Matumba.
247 on
240.
Abed.
Wait, how has he got so much more APM than
It's
a
just,
Brood?
it's just clicking. He's just clicking a lot more. Some people just click a lot.
Ah, I see.
If you click in between movements, that all counts. Every little action, right?
Are you
If you click stop
are you,
spam.
Are you saying that's I like that?
I like those.
I like more
I always
numbers.
like APM. APM's always... Oh, Kuro. Uh-oh.
Oh, only 87. Someone get that man an auto clicker. Needs to click a bit faster.
Another Arcane Rune for Miracle this time around. So that 4-second dagger cooldown. And he's also got the Refresher Shard now, too.
Yeah.
Very
But they
scary.
they didn't get they didn't get the racks. They didn't get the racks.
They didn't get the Rex. But they have a 20k gold advantage.
Kuro with that heart, beautiful.
Oh, Kuro. That was Kuro's heart.
That's Kuro's heart, my friend.
I did see it on the courier, but
I
I didn't think it was his.
I mean, yeah, with a freezing field, if he sits there and lets it go, it's going to be hard to stop him from letting it
true.
go. And there's a refresher shot still on GH. Ooh, that's a 92.
Oh, they gave it to GH. Okay, I thought they were just going to keep it on Miracle.
That's a 92% win rate.
Oh.
Sorry, win probability for like. I feel like I would actually give Fnatic more than the 8% because it's Fnatic. You know what I mean?
I think
They do crazy stuff.
The scary
so
thing
they're
is
very
just-
far behind in this game.
They're so reliant on Universe getting like a 2 or 3 or more
But it's
hero
not
black
impossible.
hole. But it's
Oh.
they have buybacks, they have Aegis, they have Cheese now at this point coming back up, right?
Oh, this could be the downfall though. I see MV. He's
Did he
taking-
switch it?
He switched the rapier out as quick by common MV. You know you need the rapier. I mean, sure.
He might be getting to the
Mignon is
point-
very good against the spiders.
And against the Mega Creeps once they're inevitably probably going to get against
I
Megas,
guess,
right?
yeah. And of course, yeah, with the Ag's tether bonus
Exactly.
from the IO. But it's not a rapier, come on.
It's not a rapier. We
Come on,
wanted
MV.
it.
It's alright, as I said, this game's going to be either 20 minutes or 200 minutes. We're going to get to the point where he has a rapier, I'm sure. I mean, there's been lots of times where it felt like this game was going to be over and it just hasn't been.
This is one of those, like, the third Roche is usually one of those big ones though,
Sure,
right?
you
It's
got
like
the
and
double
people
slam.
you get the double slam, you get the Aegis Cheese, and you get most people are starting to hit the level 25s, getting their buybacks. So you look at Miracle, he's been farming a bit, not for an item, it looks like he's just farming for buyback.
I mean, it's...
So he can buy back Haunt if he just runs in.
I was going to say, I think it's sort of you were saying, sure, GH is the flashy player, but is there not sort of an argument that the refresher shot's even nicer on the Spectre? Like,
That's
why,
what I was saying.
Yeah,
I think
why-
I think usually it's just better on the Spectre,
Yeah.
but having more disables is never a bad thing. Like Earthshaker is one of the better carriers of it as well. Even as double fissure, in a lot of situations, can be game changing. If you just hit like a 3-man fissure into a second 3-man fissure, sometimes you don't need.
Still the BKB down, of course, as well on Matumba, so
Yeah.
he himself will have to hold back before he goes in for another push like that.
All the momentum is pushing in onto Fnatic though, all 3 lanes.
Yeah. They've got okay ways, as we said, to clean it out. Arbet with the cleave, with the trees, and MV, of course, with the flak. But at the same time, if you're using flak to sort of de-push the waves, may mean that Liquid can sort of choose to take a fight where he's not going to have. The Rax is falling.
Radiant's courier has been
Radiant
killed.
Courier dies. They have the pop
Radiant
glyph.
structures
They do.
are
They have got the black hole available. Can Universe find an option to get in? The Rax pretty much dead here. As
GH.
Miracle, he'll look to go forward. They do have the tree toss onto Miracle. He's going to get stunned up as well. Universe going in with the BKB. He takes a bit of damage there from the Blade Mail of Miracle, but it's not enough to kill him off. Universe actually taking out for the Radiance though. Matuma Man moves in. Buyback straight away from Universe. Arbed's going to fall as well though, and he does not have buyback. The buyback play from Miracle to get straight back into the fight as Fnatic are getting forced all the way back to the fountain. The 4 buybacks coming out from Fnatic. Can they hold though? They're without the black hole. I know that there's no more Haunt available for Miracle, but
It's Megas.
they're
GH.
still so strong here, Liquid, as they head straight away with the Fisher onto Pilot Eye. GH with the double slam, getting them all. Universe will come in with the black hole onto 3, but it's not enough. Fnatic hit the deck. GG is called, and Liquid at 50 minutes and 30 seconds will take the first game here on this stream at the International 2018 group stages.
What a swing. What a turnaround.
What an up and down game. It's
Yeah.
pretty much as we hope. We hope to see some excitement from these two teams. We saw some different picks, some variety and sort of play. Some sort of surprises, some sort of exciting stuff. You know, the fact that Liquid did sort of suffer as much as they did at the start, and we saw Fnatic play as well as they did in the lanes. But then it just all fell apart. Sort of, it felt like Liquid sort of play around the Roche was each and every time just that little bit smarter. Fnatic couldn't quite find that perfect opportunity to make a big play with Universe's black holes. All the fights were sort of just split up perfectly by Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think that one Roche thing where they tried to be cool where they did the relocate bottom and whatnot to kind of distract them, but I feel like it actually may have hurt them because the Roche got very low and then Liquid came in, and that was where the whole comeback just started happening for Liquid. So, yeah, Fnatic just maybe splitting their resources a bit too much at that point, but their beginning looked incredible. They had that 9k advantage. Abed was crushing it, moving it from lane to lane, and I liked how they initially set up. It looked like they had a great game plan coming into it, and then things just started to kind of fall apart, and Liquid did Liquid things. But
Hello.
I believe now...
now we're back.
Now I think are we live now?
Well, I don't think the stream's live now. But I think we are definitely live in game. So hello to everybody.
We can hear again, they said. We hear you. They
it?
said they hear us. We're good. All right, we're back.
Oh,
Good.
the stream's live!
We're good.
We're good.
Turn to ban.
Yeah. All right, we're back online, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Few hiccups here and there. Nothing to worry about. If you see anybody worrying about it in chat, you will get a ban. So behave.
Behave.
I want to see some PogChamp TI Productions in chat right now.
Agreed.
Oh, the stream just went down again.
No, it didn't. We're
Oh,
fine.
no, it didn't. Okay, no, we're good. So, as I said,
It's going to go back and forth. We'll be right
give us the PogChamps. Otherwise, you're out of it. You won't be coming back.
Thank you. So, what adjustments?
PogChamp TI
So they know.
Thank you. There
So
we
they
go.
know. They know. They know what to do so that they don't
Right,
get
I'm
banned.
making that boy a mob right now. He just spammed it 5 times. Good
There you
lad. Anyway, so here we go. This is game 2 of Fnatic versus Liquid.
10 seconds.
So what's the
remaining.
difference that we have in bans right now? Liquid banned Silencer, Necro, Meatball last
5
time.
Okay.
seconds
So we've got the
remaining.
Necro and the Meatball in the pool. Do they take out the Meatball this time? Let's see.
I don't know. I don't think they'll take it out this time.
Fnatic
They take out the
turn
Inch.
to
Okay.
ban.
This is the other hero people were rating very, very
we
high.
saw that banned out pretty much every game against Universe at the Summit.
Do you think the other one I
Universe
was
is very hard
wondering
at
is, do you think Fnatic's gonna go back for DJ's Wind Ranger? Because I was
don't
wondering.
see why they wouldn't. I think that hero's still great. Sure.
I thought teams were gonna be banning it early versus
Yeah,
him because
they were. They started
beast
to.
mode.
They-
But scrims do happen.
Sure.
They've been here for a while. Teams
Sure.
are really starting to understand each other a lot more. Look at those bans from Fnatic. I mean, they take out
Okay.
the IO, the Chen, and the Nature's Prophet. So it seems like Liquid, they're back to their Chen. It must be if Fnatic's banning it versus them. Because that last Liquid draft, that draft to me, that looked like a TI7 draft, right? We had the Earthshaker, we have the Pugna, we
Yeah.
have the Brood. Pretty much all of the recipe for that.
And a Vengeful Spirit first. But one of those heroes, the behind the scenes people have been saying this hero is going to get some play. That there's TI in here. We're going to see it.
And what in multiple roles? I've seen it.
Yeah.
We've heard it's been played
We've
in
heard.
carry, 4,
Yep.
5, and offlane. So
Yes.
it's a pretty open-ended pick.
Not mid.
Not mid that I've heard of.
Oh yeah,
now.
I wanna see it mid. It's probably awful.
It doesn't sound
yeah,
so
it's
great.
pretty bad.
Doesn't
Don't play it mid. Who are the casters? We are OD Pixel and Fogged, and we'll be with you for the first 3 series of today here on the stream. And that's a Winter Wyvern's second pick here for Fnatic. We did start again to see this hero get some play at the Summit. People were starting to like it and bring it back in, despite a hero being that sort of fell out of favor after he did receive some nerfs.
Yep, can work
a while
really
back,
well
but yeah.
in lane with Weaver. You've got a lot of ways to just poke, do a lot of damage with the bugs as well as with your Arctic Burn. This hero actually does a crazy amount of damage throughout most games just because of your percent damage Q. You know, you stall down pushes, and when you're playing versus heroes like Venge Aura heroes, having Wyvern's always going to be great because if you curse anybody near Venge, like a team with Venge Aura, it's going to be pretty potent.
And that's the counter. Well, it's very good against the Wyvern, right? You can punish a lot of the Wyvern plays with a Bloodseeker.
Yep.
You have that, she'll go for a Cold Embrace. They're going to end up being Blood-Righted. You are going to sort of have to worry about that in mind. At the same time,
Playing
I guess
Weaver is pretty sad versus this hero too. You get
you
ruptured.
have to be ready with the time lapse, and then you're still in
You're
trouble.
still
in
ruptured.
trouble.
Like if you get ruptured, you just pretty much can do nothing in the fights. They rupture, they put a sentry down, and you are very, very weak. Also in laning phase, if you start to drop kind of low, you have to remember the thirst gives vision. If you start walking through a Sakuchiing, so
yeah, you've
have to be very careful.
Got to be careful. I guess the Wyvern sort of
5
works
seconds remaining.
both ways in a sense where you have that Cold Embrace to sort of make sure that your lanes don't fall too low in health, but you
Most
don't,
people
you don't
don't
level
get
it. I
that.
was
You
gonna say
usually don't get that in the laning phase.
But do you sort of in a situation when you see a Bloodseeker, do you have to change the way that you play to the sense that you have to make sure that your heroes aren't falling low in the lanes?
I think with this hero, if you go Cold Embrace, it's like that hero is just, it's like, why are you, it almost feels weird why you're picking the hero. You want to be able to get on the aggressive ends rather than playing defensively.
Okay.
If anything, bring more regen. You're going to have to just bring a couple more tangos or whatnot to deal with that from Bloodseeker. And I like this Drow ban by Liquid.
Oh,
you already see the Weaver and the Wyvern.
So that would have been assuming that the Weaver was actually going to be a Universe Weaver.
Yes.
Has that happened? Have we seen a
I-
Universe Weaver? Is that something they've been doing, do you think?
I
Like
don't
surely
know,
because
but
it's one of his heroes, and he loves the Weaver.
yeah. Universe also used to play it a lot in the past, though.
Okay.
It's one of his favorite personal heroes. I know that just because
He
I know
likes
Universe
it.
a
He
lot.
likes playing
yeah,
it,
I know
yeah.
him really well. He plays a lot of
Yeah.
Weaver in pubs and whatnot.
Okay.
Or used to. Right now he's been practicing more of his, Enchantresses, his Pugnas, and his Enigmas.
The PL ban from Fnatic coming out. So this third pick from Fnatic, we expect what Pi is going to be playing the Wyvern, right? So DJ's hero, still the one left in the pool.
I've been wanting Elder Titan still to come back into the
ET
pool.
and Wyvern doesn't sound bad at all.
I don't know if they'll do it, but I saw I think it was
maybe
Yapsor playing it last night in some pubs.
Do you not need do you need to draft stuns against the Bloodseeker? Like you're seeing this Bloodseeker, what do you need to draft? Like, are you thinking about we've got to have control for him?
You need to have control.
Oh, and here's that hero
this is
with
the Wraith King.
And it's going to be the Universe Wraith King.
This they can still leave it open though, right? This
could be DJ.
still be DJ, but more than likely this will be
It
Universe.
could be the rumored offlane Wraith King that has been a thing apparently behind closed doors, and of course in pubs. If you've been following some of the pro players, it's been up there. Some of the top offlaners are playing Wraith King at the moment. We may get a chance to see it here, but there is still the chance that it could be indeed a position 4.
I think we've already had one today as well.
There's already been one on another stream.
I know there's been a Wraith King pick. I don't know what position it was played in.
Yeah,
I think it may have been offlane.
I'm sure chat knows actually. Chat.
People will know.
Was there another game today where we saw a Wraith King offlane? Someone will be able to tell us. Who won the first game? As you can see, we've got on the screen just above the two team names the lovely little yellow rectangle that indicates Liquid didn't win the game, and there's a Shadow Shaman.
There's actually 2 offlane Wraith Kings already being played.
Oh, there's been 2 offlane Wraith Kings already?
I just glanced and I saw, I believe, Wraith Kings being played in 2 different games.
There's been 3 offlane Wraith Kings. Someone says there's been 5 offlane. I don't
even think we've had 5 games.
I think that's a ban. Okay, so 4th pick for Fnatic.
Alright, so Liquid takes the Shadow Shaman. So just heavy amount of control for the Weaver.
10 seconds
and gives them tower push.
5 seconds remaining.
Because right now the only stun on Fnatic is a Wraith King stun, right?
Yeah.
So
I think you need
you
more,
can just
right?
you need to have ways to stop the shackle in the lane phase. I mean, if
exactly.
you just grab somebody and you have a Wyvern just poking him, the Shadow Shaman's not really
obviously
gonna
the late we're gonna have the Splinter Bar stun, aren't we?
At 25, yeah.
At level 25. So if they get to that point, they've got some stuns. But yeah, at the moment, you're certainly looking at the fact that this Bloodseeker and Shaman are going to get away with a lot.
What do they want to reveal here? Like, because you have to give up something. You have to pretty much say where the Wraith King's going to be.
Is it not a good idea to just play Tiny again?
The Willow, okay. This is a hero that we've been
I like the Willow. I like the Willow. This hero is very, very good. And it does sort of offer you answers in that sense. Pretty much, obviously, once you get the 6 online, sure, Curse Crown is not really that reliable. But I guess the Bramble is good Bramble placement. It's very nice. The
combo.
The fear is... Yeah.
The combo with Wyvern and Willow is also incredible.
Okay.
Because the curse comes out, you can apply your brutes around the curse, and then you fear them right as the curse is ending. So they can't actually get their BKBs off after the curse, and then it pulls them into the brambles if they don't have that magic immunity. It's a pretty cool combo. I've seen teams doing it. Not teams, but players doing it in pubs.
I'll tell you what's really nice about it as well. It's one of those support heroes that isn't really going to get bullied by a Bloodseeker, right? Because you just go into the Shadow Realm, TP out, he can't kill you.
Yeah.
He can't kill you.
You can waste a lot of the Bloodseeker's times as well. And you even have high damage. If you catch like someone Blood Rage, the Bloodseeker Blood Rage by himself or something, Willow is one of those that can always dish out a fair punch.
So it is a Wraith King offlane. And it is the quad W strat. It's a Weaver, Wyvern, Wraith King, Willow. Are we going to get a 5th hero beginning with W?
Look at that.
Are we going to get
catch.
the full W strat? That is the question. Get those W's in chat. Is one of the language where W means like laughter or something? Does a country spam W's? Maybe not.
I know the SEA is they do the WK, right?
They
do
WK,
WKs and that's the laughing, but
WWWW.
yeah, WWK. Yeah.
Okay, so come on, 5th hero with W.
Is there what's even left? It's like Witch Doctor, right?
Witch Doctor
and Wind Ranger. That's
Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
That could work.
Is
Let's
that
get some mid lane Wind Ranger.
I think those are the only ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that'll happen though.
Probably not. So Liquid with the 4th pick. Still, who's going to be playing the Bloodseeker? Is that going to be Miracle or Matumba?
I actually am not too sure just yet. I think they might be able to switch.
I mean, at the moment,
because they still swap mid and safe lane it between the two of them a lot, depending on the heroes. Like if it's an Invoker, there's no damn way you see Matumba playing the Invoker. Like,
do you think it is most likely the Shaman and Venge are going to be the dual supports?
I guess that we technically don't really know either. We'll find out from this pick.
Oh, it's a Husk!
Oh my god!
Oh, so Liquid. They wanted to be more dirty. We saw them bring out the Brood first game, the Huskar second game. This is the Liquid we know, and some people love. Yeah, Huskar pickers, Brood pickers, they got it all Liquid in the first series.
they've got the ways to take the Roche as well, right?
Yep.
They've got the Venge Wave of Terror, and they've got the Shadow Shaman plus a Blood Rage thrown on top, so they've got that, and they've got ways to fight around the Roche pit. The Shadow Shaman wards, the Blood Right. While on Fnatic's, I mean, Wyvern is probably their big one around that Roche pit, and Weaver to give the vision with the bugs.
Do you like the Huskar pick against a Weaver and a Wraith King? Because I feel these are two heroes that can sort of have the upper hand against a Huskar at a certain point of the game. You've got that sort of evasiveness with the Shikuchi. Wraith King is a hero you got to kill him twice, and he's probably going to be the third core, so he's not really sort of top priority.
I would think it looks like just like a timing thing, right?
Okay.
They get that Roche, and then you look at Fnatic's draft, and they don't look that strong. And now they
that
get
is a
that's
hero.
the way to
I've
fix it.
not seen this hero in a long time. There's the backup
Okay.
for the Huskar. The Omni Knight coming into play.
What
And
a weird-looking draft.
Oh boy, we are getting, as I said, these first two games have been quite a treat. We're getting some new heroes left, right, and center. So, Fnatic.
I mean, Huskar doesn't care too much about Wyvern or Willow, that's for
Yeah.
damn sure. I mean, Wyvern can be annoying if you get a good curse, but there's an Omni Knight who can pretty much counteract that and get a good
5
Guardian Angel.
seconds remaining.
So what have we got? Fnatic, are we saying this is going to be a universe? It's got to be right. We're looking for Arbed's hero mid.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't
Yep.
got Arbed's hero here.
Yep.
So, Arbed, what's he going to do?
He's got to pick something that can lane versus Huskar, something that doesn't
Okay.
just get run over. So maybe
What
it
a-
could be Wind Ranger. It could be Wind Ranger.
Okay. Wind Ranger seems so... It
doesn't seem
it's
that
not
great.
great against the
No.
Bloodseeker, right? It's nasty.
No, I don't really like
I don't,
that
what
much.
do you, what do
For
you play
Abed.
mid?
For Abed.
Meepo, of course, banned.
Yeah, that's not going to be there.
So that's not a chance. So people who were saying that in chat, you have just been banned as well. Viper is one that also does come to mind as sort of a safe pick, a hero that can maybe sort of hold his own against the Huskar.
There's a
What
lot of
about
disable.
I was going to say? Storm could still work though, right?
There's
Sure,
just so
there's a
much
shaman,
disable.
but
The shaman is...
you can dodge magic missile pretty easily. Rupture isn't much of a problem once you've got the mana to zip yourself to a safe distance.
What if you just get run
Could
over?
maybe play the Storm.
I want him something more early timed. I want them to be able to fight against this
What about the
Huskar.
sniper? Or the Clink. We
Clinks.
forgot the
We
Clink.
forgot the Clinks.
So another hero a lot of people have been talking
It was banned last game, last
about.
pick.
It was banned. So the Arbed Clinks, as I would imagine, indeed, yeah. And as we said, the Universe Offlane Wraith King, it has happened on some of the other streams, but we're going to get to see it for the first time on our stream.
All three of their cores are single target on Fnatic. I guess Liquid's kind of are too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Liquid's
the same,
actually
right?
very single target as
Yeah.
well. This game is very single target oriented.
Oh yeah, I think Fnatic
both
have
sides.
Fnatic. They've got the Wyvern Willow.
They've
That
got
is
the
a
Wyvern Willow.
fantastic team fight setup if they can find it, and they are going to have a good chance of doing so. There's three cores, as you say on Liquid. They're all melee, so they've got to be careful of sort of the Wyvern setup. Sure, one's going to be going in repelled, and one will be fine, but at the same time, you've got other two other cores, the Bloodseeker and the Huskar, that are going to look to get in the faces of Fnatic.
I
And
just-
it's another draft where Liquid are looking to sort of run them over from the start.
I'm concerned for Clinks and Weaver versus with the
5
Bloodseeker in the
seconds
game. They pick two Invises that can start to get suffer a bit versus Thirst, but also Rupture's so good versus the three cores. Like Weaver, Wraith King, and Clinks. I think Wraith King is the one that wants to take it, but if he gets on the Clinks or Weaver, then that's where it starts to be a bit of an issue. All right. So Fnatic's gonna have to have some very good positioning. Universe has to have a pretty good time, I feel like, so he can be that frontliner to let Abed and Envy get the snipes in the backlines on the supports. So Bloodseeker, okay. How the lane's gonna play out? Envy Pi. It's gonna be DJ Universe in the bottom lane. So Pi Envy top.
We did see.
They might try to start three heroes bottom and leave Envy at the top at the start, and then they TP right after they try to get first blood and secure the lane, maybe? I feel like they want to secure
It's very hard
Universe.
to get the CS right, though, if you're just a lone Weaver. If there's any
It's okay.
sort of... You think he'll be
I
alright
think
on
that's
his
okay
own?
if he's alone. He starts for the beginning, and then they come up after. I think
Okay.
I think
Just for the first
securing
few waves.
Universe a little bit is really important versus Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Because then you can actually slow this guy down. Like, if Universe and DJ are down there alone, I think Matama Man can start chunking through. Wraith King isn't really, like, his armor is kind of low. He can get killed very easily by the right clicks from either a Shaman and a Bloodseeker. The Blood Rage Shaman throwing out Ether Shocks and right clicks, that adds up very quickly.
You're bullied out. I mean, one Ether Shock at a point of the game is going to be pretty much half the health of the Weaver. Yeah, you say with those sort of buff ups. So here
let's
we
see.
have it. This is game 2 of Liquid versus Fnatic. Liquid were able to take game 1 of this 2-game series. was very back and forth though, and a game that did start with Fnatic having a significant lead off the back of the laning stage.
Look at Liquid's expecting it. Liquid's expecting the 3-man top, so they're sending my control top as the Omni Knight, and we do see, like we were mentioning, Fnatic is going to bring 3-store top. Because Wraith King, like, you want to play around this hero level 1 because you look, he has 4, 5, 6, maybe even more stuns coming out from him at this early level if you pop your mangoes, of course. You can put on so much pressure, get lots of kills in the early beginning of the game. So the dodge comes out. My control's even just hiding in the trees to make sure he doesn't get picked off. I'm so glad we actually get to see the Clinks nice and early. I was actually asking a bunch of players before today and yesterday, just what's the build? Because we've been seeing people talk about a lot of different builds. We've seen the Medallion into Hex. I've seen some Deso rushes. I've seen some Orchid rushes. So I'm intrigued to see what we do see come out from this hero.
Already in the mid lane. That's Miracle with a 29 APM. Arbed, I believe he was only on single digits. It was a APM at 9. Oh, it's not boding well in the middle. There we go. He's hit the double digits now. Now APM at 10.
The battle begins.
So here we go. Fnatic and Liquid both going to grab 2 of the runes each. Nothing going to kick off as of yet. But these lanes, as you say, you know, this is Liquid sort of reading what Fnatic's going to do. Are we going to see sort of Fnatic then respond to that? Are they going to try and force to get this aggressive lane against?
I mean, they just wanted to secure the tri lane initially. I think we're going to just see Pi moving around the map based off what he sees from Liquid's heroes. And Kuro's going to start mid, throw some harassment onto Abed, and then that's where Pi will react. So he's just going to follow Kuroki's movements.
Oh, some people in chat actually don't ask him what APM means. It means all chat per minute. It's our new counter to keep on track of which team is using the BM.
Oh, Miracle.
Oh.
He might just be dead.
He's
got a
definitely
fairy fire.
Oh!
No! He's dead.
All right, Kuro's tried to come out. Kuro's got to be careful.
Kuro?
I mean, Arbed's just going to start right-clicking him down and back off.
They dewarded the mid ward too.
Yeah.
Pi came in with a sentry, so they got that as well as the kill. So, Miracle started with a Wraith Band, by the way, in case you didn't notice that one. Going for that straight Aquila rush, even if it's on the Huskar. We've been talking about Aquila being like that super powerhouse item you get on most solo safe laners, but does end up dying.
So this is going to be a tough lane for Envy. They're leaving him on his own. He's going to get punished, right? They've got a sentry down, Liquid.
Oh, he's not gonna get like anything down here. He'll get some last hits with his right click, but Shakuching through the wave is very scary. You see, he's being very hesitant and actually going through the wave.
But this mid lane, Fnatic certainly keeping very good control of it. It's Miracle just a second dead. And Kuro, he's got the shackles, but he's got to be careful himself, as with the Splinter Blast and the right click, he gets brought down very low. Will survive, but Arbed having this fantastic backup in play from Pylai's Wyvern. It's securing in this mid lane, and I think we are seeing potentially one of the answers to the Huskar. Just get the Clinks mid. It's very good with that high physical damage output.
Yeah, I mean, the level 2 as well is that big jump forward, because now it's like no one goes to Skeleton Walk early. You pretty much go 2-3 or 3-2. You just skip that Skeleton Walk.
And it's one of those, you know, a lot of the times where you get bullied out of the lane because the Huskar opponent is going to be able to orb walk you. At this stage, in the early levels, the Clinks will just out DPS you, sort of orb walking you away from the creep wave.
And he's got vision advantage as the Clinks too, because they dewarded early on. So he's going to get Miracle up on the high ground over and over again when he steps up. And Universe is free farming top too.
Yeah.
So again, Fnatic, they've got the start that they want.
Yeah, even though Liquid made those sort of altercations to the side lanes. You know, top lane, mind control. He's getting gone on. He has got a purification. We'll be fine. Universe, at this stage, I didn't quite have the Ray Fire Blast back online.
Skeletons will chase mind control. Those Skeletons hurt. Mind control. Drop them pretty low.
Oh. Well, that's spooky.
Oh. Oh, mind control.
He's dead. The Skeletons have done it.
And mid. Abed.
Abed?
He's pretty tanky.
Oh, the creep got shackled.
GH is going to not drop the stick.
The Weaver Terror.
Pi. Uphill miss.
What is going on in this mid lane? We're
my
seeing
goodness.
this is back a few patches. We've got 5 heroes mid at minute 3. All kicking off in the mid lane here between Arbed, Pylai, and Miracle Kuroki.
Oh, I can't believe my control died like that. That was pretty funny. DJ just taking advantage.
DJ. Got the Shadow Realm. She'll be okay. Yeah, keeping the distance. Mid lane again, they do get the shackle. This time it's on target. GH is there with the magic missile holding on, and they've got the control. They do find the kill this time, Liquid.
So it looks like they're going to play this way. Because Matu now bottom, he's got this level advantage, and they're getting heroes low across the map. So Matu versus Envy. Envy's definitely going to struggle quite a lot here. So yeah, GH and Kuroki have to be making those moves around to at least fix that mid lane. That Miracle is getting just chunked down and constantly. This Blightstone right clicks.
It adds up. Miracle just having to ferry sounds out to himself to keep himself in the lane. On the side, GH trying for the wraparound, but Pilot Eye there with the positioning, keeping tabs on him, making it very hard for Liquid to sort of get away with that similar sort of wraparound play. And bottom lane, Matuma Man getting pulled down very low there by Envy. Obviously with the sort of the attention drawn towards mid, Envy now having a much better time down bottom now than the fact that he's only got to deal with one hero.
Yeah, he had a good like creep wave push coming through, and he got the bugs on Matu, so he was able to actually put a good chunk of pressure out. I think GH should know that there's a ward here now on this high ground that he keeps coming from, because Pi instantly reacts to it.
Top lane, they're going to mind control. Has got the repel as well as the purification. Will be enough to allow him to back off, but of course because of this pressure from DJ and Universe, he is not getting much out of the lane at all. Only 10 CS on the Omni Knight, and as you can see, Universe 30 for 14 on his Wraith King, having a flawless time up top.
Rose, 2 for 2.
Mind control, trying to come out again onto DJ. Just had the Mango and the spells available. Kuro's going to be there as well for this fight. Kuro's looking to be the one in trouble though. As Pilot does start to get the slow upon him. Universe closing in, has got the stun back up in a second. Chucks out the Wraith Fire Blast, the Bramble down as well, so no escape for Kuroki. As Fnatic getting themselves another kill. 5 for 1.
Looking similar to last game.
They seem to be very good at playing the lanes, Fnatic. They're even in sort of situations where both games, you know, this is against a Huskar lineup in game 2, it's against a Broodmother lineup in game 1, but they're able to play the lanes and sort of bully the weaknesses of these heroes that we've seen time and time again in the past just to absolutely roll over teams.
Yeah, I'm loving Pi's play so far this game. He's just incredibly active even on a hero like Wyvern. He just reacts very quickly to the movements from Liquid, and his warding's been on point. Same thing with the sentries. You see him just constantly moving around, trying to make plays happen. There's a sentry in mid lane, sentry on the usual ward spot, and sentry already up top. So just preparing for everything. And yeah, look at this move toward top. Mind control. She may get brought down. Ooh, just out of range.
Yeah, that'll keep him safe. As Pi and TJ works back a bit again. Just so much space being made for Universe up top.
Yeah. And because of this, because of forcing so much movements, like you said, it gives Envy that freedom down bottom to actually be a ranged Weaver, lane dominator versus a Bloodseeker.
All 3 cores of Fnatic certainly feeling like they're going to come online at a better pace in comparison to the pace that the cores of Liquid want to. You know, you have this Huskar, and Miracle, he did not have that great start. He's 0-3-1, died 3 times in the laning stage with the dual pressure that both Pilot and Arbed were piling onto him.
No, he's doing Ancients. Got the very nice camp for himself there too, so he can use his Burning Spears to farm it faster.
Top lane trying to get on mind control. It's been a bit of a tricky kill to go for, obviously being the Omni Knight with the Repel and the Purification. Again, mind control will be safe. But in terms of keeping Fnatic off the tier 1 top, it's very hard for mind control to do on his own. Fnatic pushing in to get the Brave 5 Blast. Kuro's going to be there with the potential backup. We'll look towards mind control, but the Bramble and the right click there for the Shadow Realm, bringing mind control down very low. He will manage to get away as Kuro looks to give his life, as he will hold back Universe. Fnatic simply turn their attention towards the Shaman instead and will take his life. So Kuroki will fall. Mind control does manage to get himself back to safety, but he is going to have to take the long walk back to base.
It's like, you know, that's for the good of the team. Kuro just constantly tanking that. Abed mid versus Miracle. Miracle will be okay.
Kuroki back in the game. We'll be back towards the mid lane to help out Miracle.
Ooh, they wanted to go for Envy down here.
They get the Wave of Terror upon him. A little too deep beneath the tower for them to go for, especially with Pilot Eye coming in, having that extra backup for Envy. So with the Wyvern around, with that time lapse, of course, now online for Envy, a very tricky kill to find. Top lane, 8 minutes in, Fnatic find the tier 1 tower.
So I was wondering what Wraith King builds we're going to be seeing. So it just looks like Tread, Soul Ring into Blink. I've been hearing some rumors about the Dominator, because you buff up your spiders and you act like the split pushing beast, but Universe wants to be acting as an initiator to start the fights for his team. And I think it suits perfect with what his lineup has.
Kuro's heading out. Just have to be a little careful. They could try for Universe, but Universe, of course,
he's
got Reincarnate. It's with the 2 of them, and with DJ, of course, close behind him. Very hard kill to find. Bottom lane,
They're very under-leveled on Liquid. They use the level 4 Shadow Shaman, level 5 Omni, there's a level 7 Wraith King.
Look at because we can see on the individual net worth, Mind Control's Omni, very poor. Only 1800. On a similar level of farm to that of the supports on Fnatic.
Miracle's actually just been in this the triangle, you know, the dire triangle we call, for the last 4 minutes or so, just trying to farm back up. Level 7 now already, and has 2 components for that armlet. So not slowed down that much. He's pretty much the same level as the Clinks, maybe 1 level behind, but decent recovery for dying 3 times.
I mean, this is that we saw obviously in game 1. Sort of.
See a GH.
Oh, TP, is it gonna pay off? It is not. Damage just there as the Shukuchi's back online for Envy, as he will be able to get himself the kill. But yeah, game 1, we saw, I believe the 10-minute mark was more sort of like a 7k advantage for Fnatic. This game not nearly as sizable, only a 2k lead at the moment, so absolutely every chance that Liquid are going to be able to make that recovery story happen. We saw them do it with heroes that may have struggled, like a Brood last game from Matumba, that did have a very punished start. At the same time round, this game we have Miracle, suffered in the laning stage, but definitely the potential to make that comeback happen, as we've seen Liquid do many times before.
I mean, this one though, it's not like the pressure isn't there. I feel like in the last game when you're playing as Fnatic and you see this Spectre and the game starts ticking, you have that like ticking time bomb. You start feeling it, the pressure. Well, on this one, it's not like that as much. Sure, the like Huskar and Bloodseeker are still very strong, but Mind Control trying to get himself these bounties. Now gonna just run, trying to make
cost
some
him
space.
his life. Yeah, they've got the Curse Grant.
He is very
Into
dead.
another Rave Fire Blast if necessary. There we go, lays it down. Another kill for Universe. 1700 towards that Blink Dagger. It's going to be sort of this 11-12 minute mark. Blink Dagger on this offlane Wraith King. He is having a glorious time. The dust is out onto Envy, but he's already out of there. They can't quite find the lockdown required as Envy makes his way back to safety. Bottom lane Pylodite just trying to find himself that level 6, so he's going to be ready for the team fights.
That's why we see Envy being so active right now. I think that's probably one of the biggest things I see Envy do, is like he either hits the jungle or just starts making moves around the map to make sure that his supports can get, or in particular Pi, gets that level 6 at a good early timing. Fnatic backing out, getting him just some farm right here. Miracle does have the armlet finished.
And look, I wonder if he'll go with this. Interesting. She said item builds for Clinks at the moment, pretty much up in the air. The straight Monkey King Bar Rush.
Guess he's expecting the halberds and whatnot to come out for the Miracle Huskar.
So gonna be there.
Okay. Like we said, like I've heard from all players. I've heard different builds. That's why I'm very intrigued to be seeing this. I haven't asked. I'll use this right here because I actually asked Miracle like a couple of hours ago, and he said he doesn't really know exactly what the build is. They're all kind of still experimenting to feel what's best. But we've seen, like we said, Medallion Hex, Deso, and Orchid, and I guess now an MKB Rush. So tower push mid. Got the wards placed down by Liquid. Trying to slow it down a bit here. They're even bringing Universe, who I believe has the blink. He does. So they've got that way to start the fight.
So they can find the opening Universe. Going in, they have managed to kill off the Huskar straight away. There was no sort of save out in time from Liquid, as indeed Fnatic just jumped forward. They clean up 2. The tier 1 will be safe for now, and now they can put some pressure on themselves.
Radiant are scanning.
Taking the fights to search. I believe the DJ there with a very nice sort of fear, making it very hard for really Liquid to find the position, because that's the problem. You know, as an Omni Knight, well, some of your spells, they've not got the greatest of cast range. So you've got to be very careful when there's the Dark Willow in the game. Like, how do you sort of get close enough to your core to have that sort of last minute save? You've either got to throw it out straight away, you've either got to throw it out yourself, maybe repel yourself so you can get Purification out. It's very hard to play this sort of melee well, obviously you're not a support, so he's falling behind in net worth, but in terms of having the saves, you know, having your offlaner be the save, like how does he do it in this sort of a game with DJ getting out the fierce or something?
Uh-oh. Kuro TPs to the shrine and he's dead. Looks like he maybe wanted to get some wards up, but it's 11-1 already. The map control by Fnatic.
It is getting crazy. It's just so hard to sort of write Liquid out of a game after you saw what they did game 1. Like, this is the thing. There is, of course, there's this lead for Fnatic, but so there was as well game 1.
Yeah, just this one, you know, we touched upon how there's a lot of short range on Liquid. Pretty much, 3 melee, but then also Venge and Shadow Shaman aren't the longest range heroes either. And they're playing not only into Wyvern, but into that Willow, as you're talking about. So those AoE abilities can really start to play a big factor once those team fights coming out, as we just saw. Even though it was like not really like it's a team fight, but it's like the team fight's done after the first like 3 seconds.
Sure, it was a fight that Liquid sort of got themselves caught in and then didn't want to stick around. Got themselves out of.
BO2 almost has the Blade Mail. Looks like it's just going to be a Crimson Guard rush for Mind Control since it's majority physical damage coming out from Fnatic.
They're going to try again for this tier 1. See if they get away with it this time. TPs are coming through from Fnatic. Miracle on the front lines, repelled up. But will have to back away. Universe, he's in. Straight away with the Ray Fire Blast. There's the swap from GH, trying to keep Miracle safe. Still will get caught up by the Splinter Blast so low. And as you can see with the team, they're just ignoring GH and going straight for Miracle. The physical damage isn't enough. They've got the Cursed Crown. There's the backup of Mind Control. Matsuma Man tries to turn with the Rocha, but there's the Winter's Curse coming out, catching the 3 of them, holding them in place. Miracle with the armlet toggle still alive, but no, he finally pops. They've taken down Miracle. Universe will get taken down the once, but he's got the Reincarnate. He's ready to come back for a second round. 3 dead on Liquid. They just can't win these fights. 14-1. As Fnatic very close to having the Demon Edge on Arbet. This Monkey King bar, at the pace that he's going to get it.
I think Liquid has to just not like wait to take these fights when they have some more levels. Like My Control only was level 7 in those fights, so he's got 4 points in Purify and 2 in Repel, but that's not really displaying the power that Omni can really have in these fights. Like the Repel comes out and then they have to make something happen as that Repel happens, but they can't. They can't actually just straight up start the fight like Fnatic can with a blink stun. They don't have that option just yet.
I mean, the more you think about it as well, the more annoying a Wraith King offlane is, right? Because how do you deal with this hero, right? You've got sort of this offlane hero that, I mean, you say off, but he's second highest on the net worth. This is a massive problem. As we saw, you can kill him once, but the sort of time it takes to kill him twice, that's more than enough time for a Clinks to rip through half of your team.
Yeah, and Clinks, we saw there, he can just kill in one disable for the most part against a lot of these heroes. Throwing a Weaver Bug on top, and I mean, he's about to have MKB finished. So that's even, you know, we talked about how he's going to get evasion on the Huskar, that Halberd, but there's already going to be an MKB done.
I was going to say, it's not a lot of games where you see a Huskar sort of be a whole Halberd away from having a Halberd when there's a Monkey King bar in the game. You know?
Yeah.
This is quite the pickup from Arbed. Bottom lane Mind Control.
The team fights really just feel like it's going to be so difficult for Liquid to actually take. They have to get it through like 1-by-1 pickoffs or just some miraculous save on Miracle if they do want to take these fights. Just on paper, like looking at it, like with Wyvern and Willow, the team fight's already just better unless the Omni Knight gets like perfect spell usage off. So I think GH swaps on Miracle. They need to watch how they clump and have Mind Control in the right positions. It's going to be tough.
I mean, it really just feels like the draft of Fnatic this game is... I don't know if Liquid drafted the best way to deal with it.
It's very single target.
Like,
Liquid's
for
very
Liquid,
single
how
target.
do they actually go about getting these kills? It's just that they have lockdown in the form of the Shaman, but they've got very elusive heroes on...
I think they
Fnatic's
just want to play.
lineup.
They want to play with an Aegis. They want to be
so
playing with a
hard.
Rosh, but they smoke, and Abed is already walking directly into them. Like that's usually the theme of the game when you're with a Huskar is getting that Rosh, but then I look at it like the Shadow Shaman, the Venge, and the Huskar on top. It's just like screaming Roshan, but into Fnatic's lineup, it's tough.
They do get the Rupture onto Envy. He'll keep himself out of the Blood Riot and not be baited into using his time lapse, as he'll be able to keep his distance and TP back to base safely. Again, sort of just the lack of strong, hard initiation from Liquid that could set up them for kills. Bottom lane Mind Control pretty deep. He's going to go for the Repel and TP out. Universe turns up to the lane to clean up the farm.
It does look like Liquid decided that the fights, they need to split up and just make sure that they're heroes right now at this point, because you see GH starts farming, he's level 8 now. Omni Knight, Mind Control, farming bottom, level 10. You see that big jump up in levels instantly from them just splitting up. Matu and Kuroki poised top rather than taking fights, so they are starting to get their resources back into play, but still 7k advantage for Fnatic, and they're not really letting up this time. They're looking to keep the pressure on constantly. Oh, he gets him at the end.
Oh, DJ.
And he's got a Spirit Vessel already.
He's going to get that kill too there. DJ with the foresight to set up for that second kill, the big one as well. Finding Matumba Man with the fear. Cancelling his TP. I think this may be one of those heroes that you just don't want to let DJ to have. As 507 on the Dark Willow. You're not killing him, and he is setting up for the big kills as well.
And now they're making their way in that rush. Liquid, they really want this, but I don't think they can contest this by any means. It's dying far too fast to Abed and Envy. And Envy's even got a Maelstrom on top too. Envy, sure, didn't die in the lane at all. He was left alone, but he's completely farmed up.
Yeah, the Maelstrom, a bit of an injury, not necessarily the most common sort of damage item for a Weaver you see gone for. I mean, why do you think he does go for? It's on paper, you're going to get a proc with the Geminate. That's likely.
You still do a lot of damage. I mean, it's probably still one of the best damage items for
Yeah.
a Weaver, and you can split push better.
Yeah,
He's
push
just
the lanes quicker.
more concerned just about being farmed in this game. It looks like because his teammates are making a lot of the plays. We've been seeing like the Wraith King as well as. I mean, Wraith King and Willow have been making a lot of the plays, but Highlight die 1-0 and 11 on this Winter Wyvern.
I mean, they're all having a fantastic.
non-stop.
They say 17-1, as we saw down there. GH getting picked off. Mid lane, just classic Dark Willow things. As Dark Willow solo bullies a core out of the lane.
He's got a vessel so
he
early
is
on in the
very
game.
far ahead.
You can just keep vesseling this Huskar and
DJ.
making his life miserable.
Yeah, same level as the Huskar as well. Level 12 on the Dark Willow.
Yeah. DJ's always high level.
Yeah, he is having a fantastic time. And
Man, Liquid's just still content with
all right,
splitting and
okay.
farming a bit.
Maelstrom,
He had the Blade Mail queued. I did
the
see
Blade
that. I know.
Mail Weaver.
I did
That
see that
is
queued as
something
well.
different.
Envy always queues up items, don't change
Okay.
it, remember.
I want to see the Blade Mail.
However,
I mean, it's the you
he
don't
runs with the Blade Mail and then he time
I mean, I
lapses
guess
and
that's
he's
what
back.
it is.
There you go.
That's the thing. It's like, aha, you think that I'm buying Blade Mail on a hero with 1k HP? No.
I have
1k times 2 is 3k.
He'll change it.
2k.
I hope he doesn't change it.
Bottom tower is under
That'd
attack.
be fun.
I hope it honestly
Oh
is a
god,
Blade Mail envy.
that's a DD Abed. All right, Klink's hitting for 400 with an MKB. And another MKB being built by Universe, of course, just all trying to deal with that itemization. That will be that evasion of
The damage.
Team GH.
Dire's bottom tower
The tower.
is fallen.
And envy. And up the middle lane. Miracle and Mind Control, not really two that he wants to go in on alone, but the backup is on its way. Splinter Blast won't quite catch out Miracle, but Envy looking to lead in. And Miracle and Mind Control is sort of separated here. The stun from Universe is going to be that there's no chance of really Mind Control getting up in range of Miracle. The fear, again coming out onto the two of the Miracle will try for the TP out as he has been repelled. There's the Winter's Curse coming out from Pilot Eye, holding both Miracle and Mind Control in place as Fnatic will easily clean up both of them.
And there's another part of the Willow combo I actually didn't even say either, is the curse into just the Curse Crown.
Yeah.
Curse him and then you get a
I
stun
mean-
right afterwards anyway, and that is scales up to a 3.5 second stun.
I was
eventually.
gonna say it's this hero. There's not a bad trait of Dark Willow. It doesn't feel. Every spell's amazing, and especially as we say in the hands of DJ. And there it is, the Blade Mail Weaver. We're going to see it
bought it.
live in action.
Yeah, he did. Okay,
He bought
nice. Oh,
So
bottom,
look, he's
Matu.
got a Blade Mail. So that will sort of put Arbet off from going straight for the kill. So Matuma he's gonna show his face again. He's got the swap from GH. Okay, the counterplay. They're looking to sort of pay Arbet into this with the magic missile. They may have just managed to outplay Arbet. Is Arbet now surrounded? Will try for the TP out. Is he
No
going
way.
to make it? He is! Arbet gets out. DJ's coming in. He wants to kill off Matuma. The repels there from Mind Control. And DJ as well. He's shadow round. He TP's out. They both escape and draw the attention of 4 members of Liquid down towards that bottom lane that don't find any action at all.
I can't believe Abed lives there.
Very, very. I mean, it's 20 to 1. 22 minutes in. I know that last game we saw Fnatic throw away quite a sizable advantage. Surely that's not happening this game. This is something else.
It's they've got the items to counter the Huskar before he's even. I mean, now he's starting to get closer to it. But look again, no hesitation. Fnatic with so much map control, just always looking for Miracle. They've got the control, the damage. Will he get in range of the shrine? He will not. Envy though.
Oh, Envy.
But he's got the Aegis.
Okay, he's got the Aegis. And he's got that Blade Mail ready for round 2. Universe on the side. He's got the stun onto GH. GH is gone. That's going to be a double after he picked up Miracle, of course, down towards the Dire's jungle. Kuro held back by the Winter's Curse, cancelling the TP. And Arbed, he's already looking for the rest of the side. They got the Ray Fire Blast stun out onto Matuma. The damage from Arbed enough to finish him off. Kuro's still on the run, but Envy and Pilot Eye ready to chase, as it looks like Mind Control was the only one to successfully get himself out of this terrible, terrible place for Liquid to find themselves, as a double kill for Envy's picked up. 24 to 1. Fnatic absolutely stomping Liquid here in this game too.
Yeah. They just can't get any way to actually take fights versus Fnatic. They just keep having to split up. They never can be clumped as 5 versus this because of how the lanes and everything. When just Fnatic in full control. Liquid got good wards up in the meanwhile a couple minutes ago, but doesn't really help them actually take the fights. Sure, they'll know where the fights might be happening, but their heroes just aren't at that point yet. They're just fully countered too. Even when the Huskar gets his item, I think the MKB is almost done on Universe as well, so 2 of them.
We'll see this replay again as Envy sort of baits them in as they go forward to pop the Aegis. But little do they know that Fnatic was ready and raring to fight straight after the Aegis was taken out of the hands of Envy as they strike back hard, cleaning up 4 of the 5 in Liquid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
As the lead just continues to grow. 15k net worth advantage now, 22,000 in experience.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
As Liquid are going to have to pull out something quite phenomenal to swing this one around against a tri-core of Klinks, Wraith King and Weaver. All 3 heroes scaling very, very nicely as the game goes on. There, as you pointed out earlier, there's no sort of Spectre-esque hero on Liquid's lineup as they had in Game 1.
I think they just have to be playing behind each other now. Like you're getting split up, you're getting picked off too much. I mean, it's 24-1. They have to be sitting as a unit. But look at this Pi again. The vision from Pi in both games has been phenomenal. 1-0-15 on the Wyvern. He sees all of Liquid poised here. Pi actually smokes himself, trying to find some wrap here.
He's going to open up onto Matumba. Drops the Winter's Curse. Doesn't look like they're actually going to look to follow up on it though. As Pi, he'll try for a TP out, will make it, as will not be found in the tree line. So it looks like Fnatic didn't really want to commit for that fight there.
No, I mean Envy was pushing top for quite a while already.
Yeah.
And Liquid they could see Envy pushing top. They had all these wards, just seeing him run through the lane as well. So they were just trying to get any type of pick off there to get back up, because they are, as we said, like 5-manning now. They are just sitting behind this Huskar with the new Heaven's Halberd.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan, right on the high ground there. They know that Liquid's up.
No at all, Fnatic.
Great read to the map.
One lane
Pi.
Pi. It's been found out here by the wave of Terror. On the side though,
Fear.
the Fear indeed pushing the 2 of them back. They're ready to commit as Abed pops the BKB, looks towards Matumba. Matumba will keep the distance, but Miracle, he's in trouble. The Curse Crown kicks in. He'll get surrounded. He does have to repel him back up as he'll look to try and man up onto Abed, but the damage is not there. He'll jump himself across to Envy, but Envy still alive, keeping himself fine with the time lapse. They've lost 4 on Liquid, and they're going to lose more. They chase down there onto Mind Control as he heads towards the Ancients, asks them to take him, but there's no chance as the damage is too high from Universe. Grabbing the triple kill. A team wipe, 29-1 now for Fnatic against Liquid. I don't think Fnatic can throw this game.
I don't think that it just feels impossible.
They're
all
so far ahead.
They 3 cores, they have MKB. So that fresh Halberd was countered before he even got it, but now it's even more so countered. And they just, they can't take any fight. They can't take any fights by any means. Even if they have everybody there, it just seems impossible.
Certainly looks like Fnatic did their preparation here for TI. This first series, short Game 1, they lost, but at the same time, we saw a lot of sort of positives from
They looked
Fnatic
great
in
in the first
starting,
15 minutes.
They just let it slip. This is
incredible.
what happens when Fnatic don't let it slip. It
Yep.
just is absolute destruction.
Shrine is under attack.
Such crisp plays. I mean, I'm just gonna keep reading Pi's score because it's. I mean, his wording for me has been a really big point of them being able to make a lot of these plays.
Every time the Winter's Curses, the fears from DJ, so much to just stop these sort of little plays happening like that, as we saw the Miracle trying for the kill. And so as we can see, the goal distribution from both teams, all I can see is there's a lot more of the chart on Fnatic's side than there was of Liquid.
In every category.
There wasn't much of a chart on Liquid's side.
In last hits,
yeah,
it's Fnatic. In kills, Fnatic. In every single tiny thing, it's been Fnatic. Towers, etc. So Liquid, this might be the last hurrah. Trying to see what they can catch here. Universe will break it.
Yeah, and he's out straight away. So Fnatic, no. Fnatic, no. And of course, Universe with that Skeleton's attack damage talent. The army is ready to roll. Do try and lead in with the Rupture, but again, you're rupturing a Willow. Shadow Realm and a TP out. He's fine. DJ's back. Doesn't, of course, TP all the way back. He's at the tier 2, so he's still ready to join the fight if it kicks off.
They're trying. Maybe they try for the Roche. They have very little options that they can actually do. It's either take a fight, try to win it, or I mean,
surely
Roche,
they can't get away
they need
with
Aegis and Cheese, but this is This is going to be really hard to take. Fnatic has ways to get vision in the pit easily with the bugs.
Universe is just draining. Given the vision, looking for the chance to open up. He does get turned upon, and well, with the magic immunity, they'll be able to take him down once. On the side, Envy poking and prodding at GH. So that's going to be DJ finishing off Kuroki. Envy ready to go back in as the buyback's coming out, but there's no buyback from Miracle. He's dead for 50 seconds. DJ being chased down by Matumba Man, but Matumba Man at the same time having to be careful as Envy hot in the chase. BAM!
He's dead.
DJ with the snipe gets the pick off. And that will be Roshan falling into the hands of Fnatic. GH, he should fall as well. The Curse Crown holding him down. DJ dancing around him, picking up a triple kill. It just doesn't stop for this point. 9-0-13 on the Willow this game.
Everybody score on the side of Fnatic.
It's
34 to 1. It'll happen.
It's 34 to 1.
Such crisp plays coming out all around from them. Liquid just don't seem to have a dog in this fight at all.
I mean, I know it's sometimes you see ups and downs from TI winners at the past, but have we ever seen a TI winner turn up and get 34-1 in the first series at the next one? I don't think so. It's a rough time for Liquid. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like Liquid are playing terrible. It just feels like Fnatic are playing fantastically. Sort of the draft decisions, the lane decisions, and the calls that are being made, that the individual plays. It's 10 out of 10 across the board from Fnatic at the moment.
Yeah, the teamwork is excellent too. It's just like it doesn't seem like that hesitation's coming around, right? Like Pi was, in the beginning of the game, let's say, like Pi was the Wyvern, he's walking from top rune, and they start making an aggressive play mid. Instead of walking that extra like 20 seconds it would have taken him to be there, he instantly just teleported. Like the decision making is very, very top notch right now by Fnatic. Not giving Liquid any extra breathing room in this game. While usually what we talked about in the last game, right? Sometimes it tends to be when Fnatic has these big leads, they sometimes start backing off, start farming. This game, no. It was like this Willow, the Wraith King, the Wyvern, all looking for aggressive plays.
That's some open AI level of confidence here from the numbers. 99% win probability here for Fnatic. I mean, I admire that. You know, you look at the numbers, but it is Fnatic. 98. You know,
98. Take it down a little.
I take it down a little bit. We've seen some crazy back and forth from Fnatic in the past.
It's true. Who's the only one with? It's Abed's the only one with the death, right? Yeah, it's just Abed.
Oh, Abed. Well, he had a good run.
Yeah. Miracle. Ooh, gets repelled. Still a lot of damage coming through. We'll be okay for now.
Oh, the bait.
Envy.
Okay. He's got the Aegis. It's back from round 2. The heals. Keeping Miracle alive here very nicely. Mind control. They'll turn. They've got the Shadow Shaman wards down. Universe. He'll get popped once. The Reincarnate on the side. The Fear trying to push back Liquid. Liquid still yet to lose anyone. The Winter's Curse might do something about that, though, as it does hold Matumba Man in place. No, Matumba. He's fine. Sorry, Mind Control's held. Mind Control's out. Universe jumps in with a Ray Fire Blast. Envy into the midst of it all, but there's the jump forward Miracle, but there's a Cold Embrace save from Pilot Eye, keeping Envy safe. Now the cleanup happens as Liquid lose 4. Willow there with the chase down. They'll tap out. It's enough. 38 to 1. We'll have to 39 to 1.
39. DJ, I mean, when you just see that moment right there, DJ just blinks in and hexes you. You're like, wait, Willow has a hex and a blink and a vessel, and he's level 20.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. The Willow is at the same level as the core heroes.
Wow. Liquid's not going to be feeling too good about that one, and Fnatic are going to be feeling on top of the world. The series ends 1-1, but I think Fnatic definitely the team that's going to come out of that series and go, we did it, boss.
They looked really solid.
Turning up, beating the reigning TI champion 39 to 1 in one of the games. 37 Kelly, 31 minutes in. It just wasn't close.
And good on them too, right? They just had lost the last game to a Spectre Broodmother, and then they come back like this with like nothing happened. They erased that game from their memory, and it's Fnatic just crushing it.
They lose to a Brood, and then they saw the Huskar. They're like,
whatever.
Oh, hell no. I'm not losing to a Huskar after we just lost to a Brood. There's no way. And they didn't. They absolutely, the dual lane mid decision to have Pylai die there with Arbet, just, it ruined Miracle's game. Miracle could do nothing. And I don't think I've ever seen Team Liquid with a worse scoreboard than this.
No,
have we ever seen Liquid lose a game this badly with this roster?
Not. I mean, a 1K, 39 to 1, 37K gold, more than a 1K gold advantage per minute.
This has got to be the worst that Liquid's lost ever. This really has to be. This game.
This is one of the best I've seen Fnatic.
And the best. Sure.
Like their early game was so crisp.
This is Fnatic versus Liquid. Like you cannot take this lightly. Sure, we see some sort of one-sided games, but this is Fnatic, a team that There's sort of been up and down. You know, they weren't at the top of the DPC in terms of numbers. They did struggle, but they just turned up to TI. They just beat the reigning TI champions 39-1.
Good start.
And
they've got
a very good.
Fnatic has 2 series today or 3? They have 2 series today. So.
Oh, people are saying 27-0 EG. When was that?
I mean, that was a while back.
That was
last year, right?
was that
last
ESO
year?
Genti?
That was last year.
Well, wasn't that Liquid beating EG? I can't remember. Oh, I know it was Liquid losing. Okay, so people saying I'd say 39-1 is worse than 27-0.
I remember the game when it was 27-0 because they were trying to kill, remember they were trying to kill the Chen. And all five men smoked and they tried to kill the Chen and they couldn't and they GG'd out right afterwards. I think it was Misery Chen.
Oh yeah,
you remember?
I can't remember when it was, but you are right. They did have another.
I remember that
one.
really well because I remember them 5-man smoke and they didn't kill the Chen and they immediately GG'd out afterwards because they just wanted 1 kill.
Well, at least they killed Arbed this game.
They did kill.
They got a.
They got 1.
But there we have it. So that is first series of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere, because first of all, we're probably going to stick with you because we love you, lads and ladies. So we'll send some less than 3s right out to you. We are going to have Team Secret versus Serenity, and you know what I want to see. Yeah, I want to see some people set Serenity as their favorite team. I want to see the in-game ticker showing some good numbers, some good love for our Serenity boys, because these are the new lads. Well, I don't know much about these guys. You don't. Well, you probably know a bit because you probably did some homework. But these guys, what are we going to see from Serenity? What are we going to see from them?
I hope we get that. Do the offlane co-op to get the Blink Dagger right. I mean, that's one that everyone's hoping for to see. But
are they the new wings? Are they going to show us these crazy strats? Behind the scenes, people were saying they were. People were saying Serenity, you got to watch out for this team. They're going to turn up. They're going to catch everybody by surprise. Can they catch Team Secret by surprise, though? Let's have a look. Is the lobby online?
Find out.
We're going to check right now. It is. The lobby is up. We are joining the lobby right now for Team Secret versus Serenity.
But that one might take some time. So remember, we do have a lot of other streams open that you guys
There's a
can
lot
go take
of
a glance at,
but don't leave.
Don't
You leave.
You have to come back.
Because you won't be able to come back. If you leave this stream, you ain't coming back in here.